Hey Wolfie, how you doing? Is the mic okay? Should be back to the regular mic on this one here, not the voice mod mic. Hey, TD Wave in the house. What's going on? Trying to do a stream here. I still have that headache or whatever, mouth ache. Oh, I need to get my teeth fixed. Oh my god. Yeah. I guess I took my medicine, but it's not enough. All right, let's see. Get into this here. First, yeah, Wolfie was first. Yeah, I see you. Wolfie was first there. I just want to see what's going on over here in the UK here a little bit here.
Why should they be the people that decide my fate when, as I repeat, I've done nothing wrong? I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election, which would happen, I hope, in short order. No, I've decided that the people of Clacton should be the judges of my actions. This will be a people versus the establishment by-election. It's a chance to stick two fingers up to the entire establishment, to frankly tell them where to go. And that is why I will be putting my name forward to stand in this by-election. I will fight to win. I will fight to continue the political revolution that reform has started. And I would say this to you, the voters of Clacton: if I win, you win. Because if I lose, they win. And we will never, with the two old parties, get the type of fundamental change that we need to fix broken Britain. Thank you. Why should they?
Not sure what that really means, but it sounds like he's pro-democracy, whatever it is. Trump showed up in Turkey. Trump. I wonder if he had turkey while he was in Turkey. Burrito. Good burrito from Taco Bell. Well, I guess in Turkey they roll out the blue carpet. Some of it's teal.
Merhaba, Ashgar.
Wolfie. Is Wolfie going to behave today? Yeah, there's some sauce in it or whatever. Oh, well. Paper towel on me. Use your shorts. Hope you guys are doing good today. Let's see what's going on in the news here. What did they talk about over here? Graham Plattner came. Is that sort of watch this one?
One candidate was going to, right. I mean, to that point, I heard Kirsten Gillibrand, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, speak at the Aspen Institute last week. And when Graham Plattner came up, all she had to say was that he was a strong candidate and was going to, soar to a victory. There was no even an acknowledgement of the New York Times report of the Nazi tattoo. And if you all will remember, this is the same senator who was called the Me Too senator, in part because she led the charge against Al Franken in the Senate. She very much, was instrumental in pushing that culture. Right. I mean, to that point, I heard Kirsten Gillibrand, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, speak.
Hey, Mrs. Axel, how you doing?
And when Graham Plattner came
what have you been up to? I
haven't say was that he was a strong candidate. And
seen you stream or anything lately, have I?
Soar to a victory. There was no even
busy taking care of the family, I assume.
The New York Times report of the Nazi tattoo.
Yeah, they don't acknowledge that stuff. They'll pretend until it's too late that I never heard about that. I didn't see any of that. He wasn't vetted or some silly excuse like that. Like using ignorance to allow them to kind of try to push a communist into that seat. Crazy, the people in Maine and the Democrat establishment that allows that stuff to go on. And they keep saying that the Democrats don't really want communism. No, they don't want communism and socialism and bad people there. But yes, they do want communism there because they ignore the stuff like this that keeps coming out of the yes, they do want bad people there because they ignore all the bad stuff until a Democrat lady does the allegations, and then maybe they're true. What the heck? What was this about? Something about the sanctions or something.
I can tell you, we're going to be taking the sanctions off. Okay? I don't want him to waste his time answering that question because we're working very closely with Marco Rubio, very famous man, great Secretary of State, and with everybody else. We're going to be taking the sanctions off. It's time to do that. Okay? We don't want to sanction friends. It's very simple. There's plenty of people we can sanction, and we are sanctioned. We don't want to sanction friends. And because of the president, we have a very good relationship with the new leader of Syria, and he's done an amazing job. In a year and a half, he's pulled the whole country together. And I have a very great relationship with him. And somebody said, well, he's pretty rough to put him there. I approved him along with the president. We were the two that really wanted him. And he's done a great job. He's done a great job.
What new voice? And what new voice? Sherber in the house. Hey, what's going on? Roller skates. I don't need roller skates. Hey, I used to do 2 streams a day. Haven't done 2 streams a day in a while, so I figured another new voice. I'm not. Am I using the new voice thing? Let me check something here. Is this the baby voice right now? Hold on. It's not the. Oh, this is the baby voice. Why is it? Sorry, it's supposed to use the clean voice. There we go. My bad. Okay. Avarice. What's going on? Yeah. Remember we used to have K2 as the troll moderator. I haven't seen K2 in a while. Right. That echo in my head is hurting. There we go. So Avarice is taking his place until we see K2 come back or whatever as the mod. I don't know what. Have you seen K2 out there, Avarice, and the debates here? I haven't seen him lately or whatever. He usually hangs out with Emmett or Abe Dinkus over there. But anyway, until we see K2 come back, I won't make you a moderator, Avarice. No offense, but just don't time Avarice out. Well, the other day he did say a whole bunch of things at once or whatever, but if you're going to time him out for 10 seconds, okay? Like he can handle 10 seconds without being a baby. You let me know. Okay, yeah. He's probably mad. I think I unmodded him. Sometimes if the people don't show up in my stream after like a month or something like that, I'm like, why do I have you as a mod if you don't show up once in a month,
Pulled it together. Not an easy job.
Not an easy job. Not an easy job. This was Rappaport. He was kind of laughing at Rashida Tlaib saying, I'm withdrawing my endorsement of Graham Plattner and calling on him to exit the race immediately so that he can be replaced by a progressive fighter who will deliver for the people and help win back the Senate. These allegations are devastating, even though they've been out there for ages and must be taken seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big Rappaport fan, but even he's kind of going after him.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
I don't. It could also be Avarice. I'm not sure if it was a mod that did that to you the other day, but I do have certain words or whatever that I don't allow set on stream or something like that. A little bit of a block list. I don't like the dirty language you youngsters use and things like that. So it could be something like that kind of stopped you too. But
Oh, yeah, baby. Woo!
yeah. Is he going to turn Republican? Is he going to turn into a Trump voter? Remember, like 2 or 3 years ago, he was like, Trump's a Nazi and all this other stuff. Is he going to vote Republican in the near future in his wherever he's at? I think he's Jewish too. Caitlin Bennett, the party that cries Epstein files sure does love electing bad people out there, sexual assaulters, right? Alleged. Trump's a bad guy. Trump did bad stuff, but we're going to vote for a guy who we know that did bad stuff. The irony of Democrat nonsense. Speaking of people who change their minds, here's Sonny Hostin from The View, evidently here, which you talk about here, before and after kind of thing here.
I am sorry. I am someone that believes in character. I am someone that believes that morals matter. But because of the state of this country, if I lived in Maine, I would hold my nose and I would vote for Plattner. I think he should step down at this point. I think there's no question about that. He has until, I believe, July 13th. I think we are in this existential crisis and we need, as
we
a
have to
Democratic
have a
Party,
baseline
to have-
standard.
Oh, I am sorry.
Standards. Is that the Republican on the thing is asking for standards? The Democrat Party has standards. That she was told that by the DNC or somebody to sort of, you're going to have to retract it. We need to try to get somebody on there who can win. Keep in mind, you're going against what's her name, Collins, that half the time votes with you guys anyway on certain issues. So just be happy you have somebody there that votes with you guys on your stupid nonsense once in a while. Okay, nothing else there. Okay, now I was going to go over here. Hey, Hubie, you guys are actually a few people watching here during the day here. 8 people. That's okay. Let's watch a little bit a reaction video here. I saw some show up in my mouth is feeling better. Good. My mouth is feeling. I feel like I can talk without doing things. I'm not going to give you those weird voices, okay? If you guys, not that I'm asking for money, but if you do want to hear weird voices or whatever, then let me know. Send those stars or whatever, and I'll put my weird voice on or something like that. But I'm not really. I'm mainly focusing on doing the. That's not a weird voice. That was a burp. I apologize for the burp. Let's see. What did Nick Shirley fail at here 3 days ago? He failed at something here. Let's see what he was failing at.
I hate that I have to do this video. I hate that I have to make this live, but I've been trying for a week straight, and I'm accepting the fate that is actual. I don't want to say failure, but has been a failure this entire week.
Have you guys already seen this video or not?
For the past week straight, I've been trying to get into Venezuela, and it's come to the point where there's no more options, and we've used all the options possible, and I cannot put any more time into the efforts to get into Venezuela. As you guys know, and right now I'm currently in Chile. I'm going to explain that.
I was going to say, it didn't exactly look like a typical area that you would see him. Trying to imagine an American city that looks like his background there, sort of wires going everywhere like that or something. Detroit or something like that, or Cleveland, I don't know.
In a little bit as well. I'm in Santiago, Chile.
We did get a little bit of a haircut too. I got a haircut too not too long ago. You guys never noticed. Some people noticed it, but I don't think anybody. I need to shave my face again though. Yeah, I've seen it. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully it's more to talk. Is he gonna talk for 20 minutes how he couldn't make it to Venezuela? Let's find out here.
right now.
Actually, I like you want funny voices. Let's listen to Nick Shirley at 1.25 speed.
I'm kind of like I'm not stuck here. I've been stuck here for the past few days waiting to get into Venezuela.
Thank you, Chair Bear.
However, to this point, it's going to be impossible to get into Venezuela. So for the past week, I've been trying to get into Venezuela. They had massive earthquakes just about last week, and I've been trying to get into Venezuela for quite some time now, to be honest. And I really wanted to go to see what's happening with this earthquake. And because there's actually been like hardly any media attention on this earthquake yet. It could be in the hundreds of thousands that have died. They're saying I believe around 50,000 people have gone missing, and at this point, a lot of people are just dead, and so nobody actually knows how bad.
He would have to take one of those mini Starlinks with him, I'm guessing, if he goes into that earthquake area. I would imagine there's probably not a whole lot of cell service in that area.
That it is. And I flew to Florida on Monday to be able to go into Venezuela. I was contacted by a group of retired forces, and they were going on a mission on their own that they have been approved by other governments and whatnot. So they said I could come with them, and it was going to be perfectly planned so we could enter into Venezuela with this nonprofit that I was going to go with. And I get to Florida, and they say, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to go on Tuesday. We're going to have a direct route into Venezuela that way." But then it just kept getting.
You want to bet it was a Samaritan's Purse, the Billy Graham thing?
Push back. And this group I'm with, like, oh, well, we're in contact with the Chilean government, and we've worked before with the military, and we've worked before with the firemen, los bomberos de Chile. And I was like, oh, perfect. I actually used to live in Chile for 2 years, so we'll go there, and from there we were going to have a direct access route into Venezuela from Chile. So
you're just saying that to get on my good side, Joe. You don't mean that. You're just saying that to get on my good side. You liberals always say stuff to get on the people's good side. Right? And wag the finger. You get the finger wag.
So I flew all the way down here to Chile to then go to Venezuela, and now
no bubbles for you.
I've been stuck here in Chile for the past few days waiting to go to Venezuela, and to this point, it's going to be impossible. So what happened actually was Venezuela was letting people come in to help with humanitarian relief after this earthquake, and they allowed people in. And then this Monday, the second week of the earthquake, they said no more, and they started being very selective about who they're letting in. So now they're not letting anyone. Essentially, they're worried that a lot of people are worried that the Venezuelan government, the obviously government, they don't want really anyone to see what's actually happening inside of Venezuela at the moment. So they're starting to block everyone. But we were told that if we came to Chile, we'd have easier access to come in because we were going in with the Chileans. And I thought, okay, that would work. But we've been here for a few days now, and I've been stuck in Chile, just chilling and waiting, doing our best to try to get in. But to this point, it's been literally impossible. So we failed the mission of going to Venezuela. I was super, super, super excited to go and show you guys what was actually happening there. But at this point, it's literally impossible. Maybe in a few weeks, I'll be.
He's at Airbnb, you think?
Trying to get back into Venezuela. But yeah, this whole entire week I've spent trying to get into Venezuela, but it's been literally impossible. It's super sad. I pretty much abandoned the mission this morning. Last night, I went out and I met with some Chileans that I was friends with when I lived here, and they started telling me what's happening as well, because we thought that we were going to be able to get in, obviously. And then last night is when I knew I was not going, because even the Chileans that had permission from the government just a few weeks prior, now they're being investigated inside of Venezuela. So like the Chileans who have all the documentation, have their paperwork to be in Venezuela, now that even the Venezuelan military is investigating them. So for me to be in there, it would have just been even worse. And it probably would have been very similar to what happened in Cuba. So I'm going to wait my time to get into Venezuela, and then we'll be able to get in. But it's super, super sad what's happening right now in Venezuela. I've been spending some time with some Venezuelans here in Chile that I used to like actually live.
Still acting like communists in Venezuela. Come on, Trump. Do something about that.
Live with when I lived here in Chile, and they're saying it's way, way, way worse than anyone knows, because they really don't have that much social media inside of Venezuela, so everything has to leave the country and then get posted, and nobody actually knows what's going on. So I came and talked to the Venezuelans that are living here in Chile, who have family in Venezuela who they've been contacting with, and they just say it's absolutely horrific. And the smells right now in Venezuela, that was another issue, was like the smell right now inside of Caracas is so bad because of all the dead people and the people that have been killed by the earthquake, that now it's starting to get like really bad. And then another problem with the earthquake was, from the intel that we've gathered from inside Venezuela as well, is that when these disasters hit inside of these third world countries, the criminals take advantage of the disaster. So essentially, trafficking is really bad right now in Venezuela, and the gangs are starting to do their thing inside of Venezuela because it's just in complete chaos right now. Like some of the worst earthquakes that have happened at least the past 10 years on the Western Hemisphere happened in Venezuela, and the infrastructure was not good. So there's literally videos of just buildings just crumbling down,
Crazy.
and no one knows what's going on. That's why I wanted to go. That's why I was attempting to get into Venezuela, but literally we're running out of options. And now I'm here in Venezuela, or now I'm here in Chile, and I've been stuck here for the past few days, and there's no way we're getting into Venezuela. So we failed on that mission. Let's see if there's anything else to tell you guys about. So yeah, just to recap for those that are joining now, was in Florida all week, and
Not alive.
from Sunday till Wednesday I was in Florida waiting to get on a plane to go to Venezuela. They cut off those planes, they're not letting anyone in. And then the group I was with said, oh, let's go to Chile, because they know some people inside the Chilean army and the
I was like wondering because I'm looking at the map. I mean, Chile does go up into Central South America, but Venezuela is way up on the north side there. So it's probably the friendliest government around there, because next to Venezuela, you've got Colombia, Brazil, which I think is still ran by a socialist guy there, Guyana on another side, but Puerto Rico or whatever, if he was able to fly in, would have been another option. But like you said, he's got friends that are there. Panama is kind of close, but you have to still fly over Colombia.
they're Chilean firefighters, and they were going to be going to Venezuela, and so we were going to then go.
Hey, Robbie in the house. What's going on, Robbie?
But now,
Nice to see you.
I've been here for 3 days.
You Canadians.
It's not going to happen at all. Like,
Why am I getting more Canadians? I got Jeannie and Robbie in here. We got a lot of Canadian jibber jabbers.
they're not even going. They have time to wait. I don't have time to wait. I have more videos I have to share with you guys, more things I have to post, more work I have to do, and I can't put any more effort into this project at the moment. But we're gonna keep moving forward in what we go on with. And yeah, it sucks. I have to abandon this mission, this video. As you guys know, like, I will literally go to any extent to make a video happen. Like, literally, I flew down here to Chile just to try and make this video happen, and then go to Venezuela. I've been spending the entire week on this. 100%. I was 100% dedicated to it, but now I have no options. Absolutely no options. And fourth now, and I was like, well, how much is the car? She said, well, it's $2,000, so that's gonna help a lot. And I said, oh, maybe I might be able to help with that. So I actually went and grabbed some more money, and we're gonna pay for Wildry's car right now. So we're gonna do that right now. Got some extra cash we're gonna give Wildry, and she will be able to get a car now for her and her family. So that'll be very cool. Good.
Oh, that's a nice guy.
All right, this is where we're at right now. We're literally Santiago en Puente Alto, it's called. Like, buena, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Todo bien. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to the Wildry house right now. Buena, Wildry y Carlitos. ¿Qué tal? Todo bien. Wildry, ¿cómo está? Wildry, I tried my best to get into Venezuela. Me esforcé para entrar a Venezuela, pero no podía.
Es mejor que te quedes aquí.
She said it's better that I stay here and avoid it. And Wildry, yo voy a hacer algunas preguntas en inglés y después yo voy a traducirlo. Okay? Yeah, and Wildry. Wildry's from Venezuela. She actually, I was with her last night, and she was telling me about how bad it was, and that actually probably was the best idea for me to go because of what's happening. What's happening in Venezuela right now? ¿Qué está pasando en Venezuela ahora?
Ahorita, bueno, hace una semana.
Oh man, it's takeover.
Como todos sabemos, lo del terremoto.
What's going on with these maples?
Muchos fallecidos, mucha gente herida, mucha gente.
Is Joe a Canadian too? Who's the Jeannie's from Alberta? Robbie, I'm not sure what province he's from, but somewhere in Canada. I need to like make a map of where everybody's from that are normies or Kirby's in my chat. Remember, the normies are called Kirby's in my chat. But anyway, where Wolfie's from Iceland? Is that he's putting ice cubes there? I didn't know he's from Iceland. Doesn't count though. Oh, Toronto. Oh, okay, he's in the liberal area. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. He said 4. I'm only counting unless Joe said he's from Canada. Sometimes we see other Canadians that pop in here from other chats once in a while too. There we go. From the Maritimes. What are the? You said Toronto. Toronto is not maritime, is it? I don't know. I want to see him give her a car here.
See, she's saying a lot of people died. There's an earthquake. ¿Cuántas personas creen que han fallecido? How many people do you think there's so far?
La última información que vi fue de 2000.
Oh, that's where Joe's from?
300 y
Y tantas heridas, desaparecidos.
Yeah. So I around like 3,000 confirmed deaths, and then there's 10,000, probably 100,000 personas que están perdidos.
Sí, hay mucha gente herida.
So
Mucha.
10,000 could be 100,000
Ahorita,
people
hace como una
that
hora
have
se cayó una iglesia y un colegio y una pastora.
Yeah, and just a few hours ago, a
Hace
church
como,
and
hace como
a
una hora.
school came down.
Un colegio.
Carlos, ¿podría grabar eso? Mira, puede, venga, ya grabarlo así.
Yeah.
Perfecto, ya tenemos a vivo. Es un poco raro. It's a little weird that we're doing this live stream right now. I've never done anything like this. We're here with Wildry. Wildry is like my Venezuelan mother. Usted es como mi mamá venezolana, ¿cierto?
Sí, yo soy tu mamá venezolana.
Sí.
De hace 3 años.
3
4
años.
años.
It's been 3 years since I've been here. Wildry made me lots of food. Spent time with our son. I actually baptized your son. And spent a lot of good time with Wildry, your husband, and the other son. And we had lots of bien tiempos aquí, muchos buenos tiempos.
Sí, vivimos muchos buenos tiempos. Aventura, travesura,
Lots of adventures,
paseos.
lots of videos.
Audio's not too good there because the distance or something like that. Let's see, I turn it here.
I couldn't watch YouTube when I was on my church mission, so I come here and watch YouTube. So I can see up to date and everything. And yesterday I gave Wildry $1,000.
I was wondering if he went on a mission from Utah. I assumed he was Mormon.
And then today, like I said, I was with her and she said, "Thank you so much for the $1,000. That's going to go towards my son my car." Hoy día estaba con usted y usted me dijo que estaba muy agradecido por los $1,000 que dio ayer, que tiene más que un auto.
Sí, voy a le estaba diciendo a mi hijo que íbamos a juntar un poquito más para comprarnos un autito para ponernos a trabajar con él. Y así y producimos para juntando. Y así no gastamos la plata.
She's saying now her and her sons are going
Hay
to
que
save up some money, buy a
producir,
car.
claro.
Yeah.
Poner el dinero
King
como
of the Mabel. Evangelist.
no dejarlo dormir, sino activarlo.
Yeah, she's trying to make money with the car because they'll be able to do Uber with it. She can actually rent it out to somebody to do Uber, then she makes money passively, so that way she's making money, right? So there you go. ¿Cuánto es un auto? How much is the car?
Bueno, el muchacho me dijo que habían en 1800, mi compadre me dijo que habían en 2000. Depende de la marca, depende. Hay en 1500, 1600, 1700, pero para que entren aplicaciones tiene que ser un año más o menos.
Yeah, she's saying cars are like
Pero
1,800.
sí, trabajando un poquito más se
$2,000.
puede. Vamos a ver qué tanto podemos hacer.
Or Chile. They don't get access to many new cars, I would think. They'd probably just get United States and Mexican reject cars, I would guess. Or South American.
Sería bueno si puedes comprar todo su auto. A ver.
Sí, bueno, aquí cabe. Lo ponemos aquí
A ver, podemos.
y lo podemos poner a trabajar.
Hace frío. You guys, I left my jacket with all my money.
Hace mucho frío.
He left his jacket with all his money outside in Chile. What the heck?
Yo le he subido la foto del cumpleaños de...
So she needed $1,000. So we got the rest of the $1,000 so she can finish buying the car. Y ahora van a poder comprar auto. Now you're gonna buy something.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿En serio?
Sí, ahora puede comprar autos.
¡Wow! ¡Qué bendición! ¿De verdad?
Sí, verdad, ahora tienes suficiente para comprar.
¿Es en serio, Chili? No te creo, en serio.
Sí, ahora tiene auto.
Oh, gracias, Chili. No vale, te estás pasando.
Sí,
Bueno,
ahora tienes suficiente para comprar
un carro.
Un carro.
Ay, Chile, el carro, la casa.
Sí,
Bueno, que Dios te multiplique.
igual.
Ahí lo vas a ver. Ahí lo vas a ver para... Nos vemos ahí.
Ya. Van a
Ahí,
estacionarlo
ya,
aquí.
sí. Mañana nos vamos a comprar.
Oh,
Sí,
you
hay
be
que
nice.
buscarla, que no tenga multa, que sea transferible, como Cristian tiene el papel. Y mientras tanto, bueno, buscaré a alguien porque Cristian va a sacar.
Plus, he's Mormon. And if you know, Mormons know how to repopulate the earth. I'm sure he's had the talk before.
La licencia, pues la idea es que Cristian no trabaje porque
Yeah,
él entre
she's saying that
nosotros.
her son's gonna buy it.
Sí,
Everything.
pero por ahora, primero lo vamos a comprar. Lo
She's
vamos
gonna
a
buy it. La abuela está feliz.
No, y como me dijo él, que mejor es un auto que una moto, porque como ella se ha enfermado, a la hora de algo, una persona que maneja nos lleva rápido al hospital.
And just a few months ago, I also paid for. Hace algunos meses compré sus medicina para su cáncer.
En noviembre.
Yeah, last November I paid for this lady's cancer treatments.
Ya me la están dando.
Sí.
Porque cuando ella estaba en Perú no se las daban.
I did some research. Mormon families have an average of about 2.8 to 3.4 children, which is notably higher than the U.S. national average of 2.0 to 2.1. So they have one more kid than most people have.
Ni mi hermana fue a comprarla. Entonces ella le dieron 2 paros al corazón, 2 ataques al corazón. Y con lo que tuvimos un rato, ella compró, yo se lo deposité completito, y ella compró la medicina, le hicieron un electro, muchas cosas con ese dinero.
Hey, Evangelist, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm doing good.
Tiene cis,
A little bit of a headache, though. That's going to bug me for a while, I think.
ella tiene RUT de salud, aquí le dan todas las medicinas nacionales, menos una que es la que le compramos.
Bueno, usted.
It's not a Mountain Dew headache.
Qué bueno. Ahora van a tener auto, ya está bien de salud, you're gonna have a car, now you got good health. Ya tiene todo lo que necesita, you got everything you need.
Dios bueno.
Ahora pololo.
Chili.
You're fine.
Han sido un gran bendición para mí ustedes. You guys have been a big blessing for my life as well. Without you guys, without your story, I probably would never gotten to what I did when I put my YouTube channel. No, sin conocer a ustedes, no hubiera entrado de lo que quería hacer como mover mi casa para hacer mi canal de YouTube sin la experiencia y todo lo que ustedes pasaron. Así que les quiero bendecir.
I don't know if I don't get migraines. I think my teeth aren't that great and things like that. I think it's a tooth is affecting the brain once in a while, and so one of these days I got to get like a tooth extracted or something like that. So yeah, that's what it's related to. I got the dual action medicine, but I did order some Excedrin medicine. I think the Excedrin medicine usually works better on the head area for some reason. So hopefully that'll show up later today.
I want to bless you guys with kids. So,
Padre, que Dios te siga bendiciendo también a ti grandemente en todo. Te siga abriendo las puertas, las ventanas, los caminos, todo.
Ya no vaya a Venezuela. Que no fuera, que se quedara.
yeah, I'm not going to Venezuela anymore. I tried. I failed.
Fue cuando ya se
Me fallé.
cuando ese gobierno existe, ahí te puedes ir a donde sea.
Yeah.
Pero por ahora no.
No, sí,
Está bueno.
They're telling me not to go to Venezuela.
Que la
I say,
persona,
"Skip, I'm not going."
las noticias que he podido ver, desaparecieron un chico que ayudó a salvar como más de 200 personas.
Yeah, like they're kidnapping people right
Y
now.
lo desaparecieron y resulta
Like I
que
helped save 2,000 people is now
está en
disappeared.
en el helicoide, que es la tortura para las personas.
He said, now he's getting tortured. So
Así que prefiero que no vayas.
probably the best thing I did.
Haz tu contenido de acuerdo a lo que vea, a lo que ya te pase, lo que te cosas para que hagas. Pero no, cuida tu vida, tu integridad.
Yeah, one last thing while we have you guys here. They escaped communism and socialism. They had to flee Venezuela because of how bad it got.
Well, tomorrow, it'll
Right now,
right tomorrow.
Communism is very
And the medicine should be through to the
It's a
night.
good idea that we have communism, that we have socialism on the right. A lot of people are saying capitalism as well. That capitalism is bad, and now we're seeing a lot of these leaders get elections at the United States that are pro-communist.
I don't
pro-socialist,
smoke.
which essentially that's the same thing. But what would be your message to those that think communism is a good idea? ¿Qué sería su mensaje a ellos que piensan que el comunismo es una buena idea? Porque ahora en los Estados Unidos es como muy popular la idea. ¿Qué sería su mensaje a ellos que piensan que el comunismo es una buena idea?
¿Qué piensas tú de que en Venezuela piensan que el comunismo es una buena idea? ¿Te aparece aquí que no buena idea lo que está pasando? Como es el gobierno de
She
Venezuela.
lived in capitalism and she also lived in communism. Vive cuando está el capitalismo y también con el comunismo. ¿Qué sería el mensaje a ellos que piensan que el comunismo es mejor que el capitalismo?
No estoy de acuerdo con eso. La verdad, no sé mucho de política, no sé mucho de eso y todo se lo dejo a Dios y que Dios tenga control de todo el mundo y todo Venezuela.
Yeah, she doesn't get
Amén.
too much in
Pero en
there.
el capitalismo, obviamente que un país tiene que tener capitalismo. Porque
She's
si
saying
no,
obviously
las
the country is
empresas,
capitalism.
¿cómo invierten en un país que no van a adquirir ganancias?
She's how do you invest in a country that doesn't?
Tiene que haber un control entre en todo país tiene que haber capitalismo.
She
Si
said
no,
all countries
los
need to have
empresarios
capitalism,
no existieran.
or else entrepreneurs don't exist.
Porque todos los
Rit's in the house. What's going on, Rit?
países que tienen comunismo y socialismo,
Because
como
every
están,
country-
mira Cuba,
Every country that has capitalism, for
Venezuela.
every country that has
y
communism,
muchos países más.
socialism, Cuba, for example, Venezuela.
Pues si no. Entonces quieren comunismo.
No, you guys are trying to get me hooked on drugs. See this, Rit? You walk in there and you see Jeannie and everybody trying to get me to take the Mary Jane and the other medicines and things like that just because they have a headache. Here, I'm going to do. Is cannabis good for headaches? For getting rid of headaches. Cannabis shows promise in relieving and preventing migraines, with studies indicating a roughly 50% reduction in headache severity. However, its effectiveness is highly individual. Before trying cannabis, experts recommend exhausting traditional FDA-approved treatments such as triptans, G-Pants, and under the guidance of a healthcare provider. That was from Reddit. Or from Reddit. Pain modulation. Why not just kind of your regular type? Oh, it does say edibles down here. Edible products generally do not work as well for acute headache attacks, though they may assist with sleep and long-term symptom management. Interesting. Strains. User experiences and community perspectives on strains vary widely. Some users, whatever strains are. Inhalation, definitely not smoking anything.
Bueno, pero capitalismo para ellos.
They want
Son doble
communism for the
moral.
people, but capitalism for themselves. Bueno, muchas gracias. Ahora tiene auto. Tiene auto y bien salud ahora.
Amén,
You got
amén,
a car. You got car and good health now, so life's great.
Gracias a ti, mi amor. Gracias.
Gracias a usted.
Yeah, I can imagine that, Joe. Yeah.
Gracias, gracias.
Abrazo.
Bueno. Y mi hijo, my son, Carlos, right here.
This is CBD. This is something about CBD on this thing too, isn't it? If you're considering integrating cannabis or CBD into your treatment plan, read more about medical marijuana and CBD oils for migraine on WebMD. Okay, what WebMD say? Migraine headaches can seriously disrupt your daily life, causing nausea, preventing you from enjoying activities due to pain. Yeah, I know the feeling. If you're exploring other ways to manage migraine symptoms, you may run across medical marijuana, CBD, I guess that's what you're talking about there, as options. Some new research suggests that they may help ease migraine symptoms, but research is still limited and unclear. Many states allow marijuana use for medical reasons, but the substance is not legal in every state. In Oregon, it is. And rules differ about usage. Make sure you learn what your state laws say about marijuana and understand the rules before trying it. And just in case I said something that YouTube doesn't like, this video uses fair use for the purpose of criticism, commentary, satire, news reporting, teaching, education, and research. Thank you for your attention to this matter. You think taking a break in the sodas would help? It could be a caffeine withdrawal headache. That's what I was like wondering. Because the Excedrin, extra strength, or whatever, it uses caffeine or whatever, but maybe that's the good caffeine, and Mountain Dew is the bad caffeine for the headaches or something. But I think it has more to do with mouth pain that's triggering head pain or something like that. I don't know. Is it hot too? A little warm. Okay, anyway.
My boy. Muchas gracias, amigo. Ahora su mamá va a tener auto. Now your mom's gonna have a auto.
Se vuelve loca porque la agarro ya y salgo.
Yeah, y usted no puede salir con eso todavía. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you everybody for joining the live stream. Hope you all enjoyed.
Let's take a good signal there in Chile. Anyway, that was Nick Shirley there. Make sure you follow him. Of course, you already are. Let's see what else we got on the list here. Much later. You want to do Puppet Edgar, or do you want to see what Yavi's doing over in Australia? They told me not to share this video. What video?
You were just here to make money. That's why you've got this guy here.
I have this guy here because your tolerant friends tend to get violent.
I know this is not Canada. This is the other kind of British Commonwealth place called Australia here. I know you Canadians wish this was all about you, but I'm pretty sure this is Australia stuff, okay? Don't be mad at Australians just because they're one of your other British Commonwealths or whatever they call them.
Violent.
Everyone gets. You guys get violent too. I've seen lots of people just get violent.
Everyone gets violent. That's your. That's.
I feel like we just gotta leave it. I don't think you're gonna convince him.
Oh no, but he's look at him. I mean, I'm wasting his time.
Oh, that's fair.
It's fun. I mean, it's fun wasting this guy's time. Like he's got the brain of a fucking pea, but you know.
Do you know what actual Islamic law in Gaza is to gay people? Do you know what it is?
Do you know? You know, you vile bastard. Don't give him any. Don't waste your energy.
Do you not find it ironic that these guys are all wearing kafirs? Where if you're saying your son went to Gaza, he'd be thrown off the tallest
No, you
building.
wouldn't.
Dude, I don't know that. I don't know them, so I don't.
I can see you're
Like you said,
genuine.
like-
These guys are professional activists. They go to every protest. I recognize him. Look at him. He's a professional. This is his professional activist uniform.
You're also professional
Look at you.
What's happening? Who's
These are women's rights activists, and on the other side, you have men dressed up as women telling them that they can't speak.
Stop standing in Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne. Welcome to Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Over the weekend, I attended the women's rights rally in Melbourne to find out what both sides.
Here to stand up for my trans son.
I'm here with women. I'm here with women, unmistakable women, to talk about women's rights, to rally in support of women, and to try and restore our rights in law in Australia.
Biologically, your daughter originally, and
My
transition.
son. He will always be now as my son.
Okay, but he was born biologically your daughter.
He was born my son. Now he's my son. You can.
It's really hard to have the conversation when we can't actually just
No, because
interact with reality.
But the thing is, though, what is reality? We're only taught these things, and these constructs of masculinity, of feminism, of femininity, and things they're just concepts.
Biology is not just a concept. If she gets into a car accident, God forbid, and the ambulance asks, are you pregnant? Can you get pregnant? Which would alter the kind of life-saving care he could get. What would he answer?
He would answer yes, because he's still proud of who he is, though.
He says he's not man. Like a man can't get
But
pregnant.
that's your version of a man, though.
Sorry, guys, can you go back out towards police lines?
No, we're here with him.
No, me yet. They not.
What do you mean?
Because we've been told. That
I'm here with him, Mum. Don't worry. All good.
So have you cleared that with them? Because we're told no media is allowed in here and you'll consider.
They're talking about fake news.
Yeah,
The people like me, they're...
Just make sure it's fair. Right, so you're involved.
I'll go and I'm one of the main speakers.
Yep.
I identify as a civilian, so I should be right. These women say that they want to protect their space for biological women. Do you
No,
have a problem with
Oh, he's pretty funny.
that?
No, but the way they're going about it.
What are they doing? They're protesting to defend their spaces.
No, if you actually look into it, what they are trying to do is take away trans rights, and the whole world is trying to take away.
Like
trans
what rights?
What rights? What rights? You can be trans if you want to be as an adult. We don't mind that. Just don't go somewhere where you shouldn't go as a biological thing. You understand this?
The rights for them to actually be trans.
Like which?
What? How is somebody stopping you? How is somebody stopping you? Stopping children to protect this future society, yes. But stopping adults from being trans, no. Do what you want to do. Be as stupid as you want to be.
Rights.
Look, mate.
I think women should have their own space, but I think I don't.
What is a woman then?
A woman is someone who identifies as that.
Why do you think they have their backs to the women?
Because we're not the threat. It's the men who want to be called women that are violent, and they get violent when we say you're not women, you never will be women.
Yeah, look at this. See what she's saying? They're not looking at the women situation over here and saying that these people are dangerous. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people looking at the women's area over here, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 20 people on the other, not to mention those horses that are facing the Antifa types over here. Who's the violent ones, Pam? If Pam was watching, why, if the right wingers are so violent, why aren't the police focused on them?
Not a threat at all. We are the ones that need protection. The police know that. Everyone knows that. Those men know that.
Because the goal of those people down.
Yeah, or it's sort of a catch-22 on that, because I had to take extra medicine last night or whatever because I had the teeth pain and the head pain or whatever. So it's a catch-22. Either if you lose sleep because of the migraines, or if you don't get sleep or whatever, then you get a migraine if you don't get enough sleep, kind of thing. Kind of crazy, I know.
There is to silence these women. And if there was no police there or no one putting up a barrier, we've seen what happens. They attack them. Like, these are violent people.
You keep saying rights. They're taking them away. Give me an example.
On their license, they have to appear as their biological gender.
Why is that a right? How's that a right?
How is that not a right? If you are a trans man, you should be able to have your license as a trans man.
Sure. So it should say trans man.
No, it should say man.
But that doesn't just...
You're not a man. It's a legal document. You need to make sure you understand reality. You absolute idiot. Who taught you how to think?
Because a trans man is different. Can we agree that a trans man is different than a man?
No.
Really?
Were you hurt as a child or something?
Yes.
Do you notice though on the other side that there was, a raft of Palestinian flags, trans flags, kafirs, and they're obviously all Greens or socialist supporters. Does that confuse you at all? Do you think the politics on the Greens is consistent?
Well, it's consistent. It's consistently identity politics, and that's what has now taken over, not just in the Greens.
DDS? What do you mean DDS? I'm not sure what DDS stands for. TD wave. Right now, I don't have a doctor or anything like that. I've got other things I have to focus on and things like that. No. But when I do go or whatever, I'll go to the dentist my parents use that they like or whatever. But I got to deal with car issues and other things right now that are more important than my teeth right now or head. That's got to take a temporary solve anyway. Anyway, no more talk about my headache, or you can talk about it if you want to, but
I mean, you see it in the Labor Party, you even see it in the Liberal Party to some extent. They're not a Green Party. They're not the party that I founded and worked so hard in for 2 decades.
Why are you angry?
Because solidarity in general.
Do Gazans have solidarity with trans people?
Yeah, usually.
Have you ever seen what they do to trans people in Gaza?
I think that's what the IDF does to trans people.
I like how they've got a pink keffiyeh because.
Here, I'm gonna ask a silly question here for Google here. Does the IDF allow trans people to serve? Yes, the IDF forces allow transgender people to serve openly. In fact, the IDF is one of the most accommodating militaries in the world for LGBTQ individuals and has formally integrated transgender soldiers since 2014. You think these people would look that up? I disagree with their policy there personally on that issue there, but that person says they unalive trans people. No, they actually have allowed them into their area for the past 12 years.
It's very pride-centric because when you go flying off that building, you'll have your pink keffiyeh. These people are delusional. What would you say to people who say, well, everybody should be held?
Well, if you're starting to become the moderating troll moderator. Okay, I haven't seen K2. I should go ask him where he's been. But you're the new moderator troll. Okay, you better behave.
Responsible for their actions, and you're responsible for the Greens, so you should be held accountable.
Well, I was held accountable, and I hold myself accountable for it too, which is why I made such an effort when I realised what had happened in the party to change it.
How many gay pride parades have there been in Gaza?
Well, I mean, how many people have been killed in Gaza? They can't do pride parades at the moment because the whole place is decimated.
Before 2023, how many gay pride parades have there been? How many trans people have lived to tell their story in Gaza?
Well, we can't say that because the IDF for now 100 years have been completely decimating it. And you can't
100 years? What year did that start?
That started when they started settlement as Israel into Palestine. They started
1948. Simple math would say 80 years would be a easier estimate there if you can do basic math.
100 years ago?
100 years ago when they started coming over there. Like, it's been documented. And
that's not the IDF. You're talking about migrants. You're anti-migrant now?
No, I'm not anti-migrant.
So you're talking about migrants 100 years ago that went to
No.
Palestinian mandate?
No, what I am saying, they can't even accept gay people because they're going through so much other stuff. How are you meant to...
So you think so you think the unacceptance of gay and trans people in Gaza is because of the Israelis?
I think it's because of fear. And
It has nothing to do with what's written in the Quran.
I think it's because of that. I think
has nothing to do with their radical religion.
I think no.
I appreciate the conversation, and I am
using press. That's not. What is that? That's not even real press. You're not real press.
According to that guy, he's happy if you identify as a woman, just not press. Why don't you try become a female?
How do you not know I'm not a woman already?
Sorry,
I used to have long hair. So how do you not know if I'm actually a woman?
Sorry for assuming your gender in 2026. You're saying it's not real press. He's not allowed to identify as press, but your daughter can identify as a man.
My son.
See how that works, guys?
See how stupid you are, buddy? See the hypocrisy that you're showing. Somebody can't identify as press. That's press, but your kid can identify as something that they're physically not.
Benji is not real press. He has press across his chest, and that offends this guy.
Oh, it doesn't offend
But
me. I'm just-
he
okay,
suddenly wants me to accept his daughter's now a man. What do you think about that?
I think it's delusional.
What, that Benji's press?
No.
You can't make this stuff up. You guys are full of hypocrisy, and the fact that you're marching with people that literally throw gays off buildings because
You are hilarious. You really are hilarious. You really do think you're smart, don't you?
no, I'm just smarter than them. If you went to Tel Aviv and walked down the main street there as a proud trans person, and you did the same in any Palestinian territory, which one do you think you would survive?
I don't think I'd survive any of them.
Really?
I think Tel Aviv is.
Joe. I'm guessing somebody in the chat's going to ask you a question like, "Hey, Joe, I want to identify as a black bird that crows and makes noises like an elephant. Okay, are you going to allow me to be a black bird that makes noises like an elephant? And you're going to have to call me not a black bird, not an elephant, but you're going to identify as a black elephant." Blelephant. You're gonna have to call me a blelephant, okay?
They like to act like they are for queer people. However, if you look at their laws, it's still legal
Or no, a birdophant.
to be gay. It's still legal to be transgender in those countries.
It's illegal
It's
in
still-
Israel.
It's not allowed in those countries.
In Israel.
Yes, it's not allowed.
I think you need to unwrap that kafir. My brother's gay in Tel Aviv. It's
No, but
it is not
being
illegal.
I'm being serious, but they still get persecuted and such.
What
I don't-
persecutions do gays get in Israel?
They get less rights. If you look at their legal rights,
Like what?
they don't have protection against discrimination with unemployment and all that sort of stuff. You need to look at their laws. Look, I think
I know
I
their
think I've
laws.
said what I've needed
There's
to
no
say here.
discrimination in Israel. The difference is in
no, no,
Israel,
no.
I would take you to Tel Aviv. I would take you to Tel Aviv. You can walk down any street in Tel Aviv and nobody will attack you for whatever you identify as. You do that in Gaza, you do that in the West Bank, they will literally tie a rope around you and
Bullshit.
drag you behind a
Bullshit.
motorcycle.
Bullshit. Off, mate. Off. You're a fucking Zionist.
I'm less hypocritical. My worldview is more consistent. Like I actually don't think I don't have a problem with your daughter transitioning. I just don't think that means I have to accept the.
Hey, Louis, a Mountain Dew that I didn't buy it this time, but it was brought to me. So I'll try to drink more water and nicer things. Okay, can I drink grape juice without you guys getting on my case? Is the grape juice or apple juice okay?
Delusion, and I just don't think children should.
So that is hypocritical.
What?
Because basically what you're saying is you're fine with it, but I don't have to accept it. Well, that is still
No.
hypocritical.
I accept her as what she is.
You're just a little guy with too much time in his hands, mate. I'm done.
God bless. I wish your child.
You don't believe in federal sky.
I don't actually. It's just like a polite thing to say. God bless. I wish your daughter a speedy recovery.
You have to laugh. This is so insane. We are here. How many taxpayer dollars are being spent on police with shields? Because we said men can't be women, so those men are now angry that we said they can't be women. It just doesn't make any sense.
But we can't identify as press.
No, you can't identify as press, and I can't identify as right, but I am.
Footage has come out of Julia Gillard, the former Prime Minister, saying that when she changed the sex discrimination legislation, she didn't.
You're not Mr. Bill without Mountain Dew. See, now I'm Mr. Bill. Now I'm not Mr. Bill.
Anticipate the conversation today. What's your reaction to what Julia Gillard actually said?
She's a liar. She absolutely knew there were submissions made to the government. It's not rocket science either. To remove the definitions of male and female was to benefit particularly men who want access to female spaces, services and sport. That's exactly what happened. She cannot plead ignorance. She's not ignorant. It was very intentional.
It doesn't matter whether it was done in 2013 or...
Does anybody like the taste of cranberry juice? I tried it back when I was a kid or something like that. It's like, it's like rotten berries or something like that. I never liked it since then.
or 2 weeks ago.
It's probably good for you, but all the stuff that's good for you tastes bad.
You removed women's sex-based rights, and in 2013 she knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh, look, I haven't seen the whole speech. I've read a few articles about it. Look, I think, she's trying to walk it back a bit, it sounds like, and I think she needs to take more concrete action here and take responsibility for the consequences of what she did or what her government did.
We're doing a no kings rally here. We're doing a no kings rally. So no kings allowed here. Okay. No kings allowed in the chat. So no kings. Okay. I can't think of what other kind of sign they say on no kings or something like that, but no kings here. No kings in America.
When they're in power and say, look, we made a mistake. If
King Wolfie.
she says that, I mean, you know, we made a mistake and we need to fix it. I think that would be a turning point, but yeah, it hasn't really happened yet.
Taking it you're a massive fan of Julia Gillard?
No. In 2022 or 23, I redid her speech, her misogyny speech. I've had to update it regularly to list all the women that have been victimised by Julia Gillard's amendments. So all we need is for Julia Gillard's amendments to be repealed from the Sex Discrimination Act.
She's proven to be the greatest misogynist of them all, the greatest women hater there is in this country, because she erased us from law. So Sal Grover, myself, Jasmine Sussex, Dr. Gillian Spencer, the list goes on, have no legal right to criticise these laws and these men.
Now for the thing you've been waiting for the whole time, which is why you're probably still watching, how I ended up disabled. I was actually leaving, I turned around and didn't see a step, and like a total, absolute unco, tumbled to the ground, dislocating my shoulder. After about a minute or so of me directing Big Daniel, he managed to pop it back in, which hurt my ego almost as much as it physically hurt.
Oh,
when I said now.
Ouch. You watch where you're going, Avi.
Whoa, shit. I don't think I can. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see.
You manual or?
I'm orders. I should be right for that. But I need a sling. But thankfully, of all things, Daniel had his keffiyeh on hand to save the day as a makeshift sling, which is exactly why I need you to go to supportavi.com or scan the QR code on your screen and chip in. So I've always got a good team with me with all the right equipment whenever I hit the streets. Supportavi.com now.
You gotta bring a sling with you next time. It's funny. Make sure you guys go follow Avi over there. Good guy there. He's always got 5,000 views on that video there. Sure, copy on that one there. 930,000 subscribers. Nice job. Copy that into the chat. If you want to see what's going on in Australia, crazy Canadians in the chat, you better pay attention to Australia. The better the UK Commonwealth, I call it, is there's other ones out there too, the British Virgin Islands and things like that, I guess. I don't know. But Australia is the better big British Commonwealth. Is it a Commonwealth? What do they call it? Misinformation. No, it's true. Australia is better than
You went to see to make money.
America is better than both of them combined, but I'm just saying Australia is better than Canada. At least the pretty part of Australia is. Okay, now let's go back here. Ooh, pop back in place. Ooh, that's kind of painful. Yeah. Are we still going to do other stuff here, guys? Should I keep going here? Ooh, did I get public drug use has taken over Canada? I think it's also rebel news here. You guys want to watch, see what's going on in Canada with the drug use? Put a 1 in the chat if you're from Canada.
What is that there? That's fentanyl? Welcome to Hamilton, Ontario, where hard drug use has become a part of everyday life on the city's streets.
Have you Canadians ever been to Hamilton, Ontario?
Became totally crazy.
Yeah, it's that root inside.
Crystal.
We all knew it was going to happen. This is what happens when you mix drugs with mental illness, with poverty. It all comes together into a terrible, terrible thing.
What happens if this city can't turn the tide? We're going to take a look at the crisis reshaping Hamilton. All right, so we are currently en route to Hamilton. We're going to be meeting up with
Lincoln J. I heard him.
Dan Miles. Some of you may remember Dan. He's been on the channel a few times. He also has an Instagram account called Intervention Intersection, and he's got cameras all over his house, and he basically documents what he sees in and around his neighborhood. He's caught murderers on those cameras, a ton of different stuff. Dan told us to come down to Hamilton because with the warm weather, he says it's getting pretty crazy. It's always been pretty sketchy in Hamilton, but he says recently it's gotten pretty bad, you know, open air drug use and the homeless problem in general. So we're heading down there right now. We should be with Dan very shortly, so stick around.
All right, here we are. So we're going to head out with Dan. Dan, what do you think? What are we doing today?
Well, we're going to examine some of the things that are affecting the downtown core of Hamilton, the problems, the issues, the extreme drug abuse, drug sales.
Is it near Ontario? Is it near Toronto or something?
And exponentially worse. We've now had 5 homicides, you know, with firearms and whatnot related to Jackson Square. People are getting shot and killed up here, and the flow of narcotics is completely unchecked, and it's just taking over the entire neighborhood.
Really? So you would say most of the issues down here stem from drugs?
Absolutely. It's all drug related, and it's all
Oh yeah, I've heard about Vancouver going crazy nowadays too.
based on, you know, the theft is based on getting more narcotics. The crime is based on more narcotics. Fentanyl and crystal meth are the 2 primary players out here.
Within minutes of leaving Dan's house to explore the city, we witnessed drugs being distributed and an ambulance treating someone outside a church. The church, known as Christ Cathedral, operates a program called the Cathedral Cafe, which provides meals to people in need. While the program's mission is to help vulnerable members of the community, some local residents claim it has also contributed to increased drug-related activity in the area.
This is the sanctuary city, basically, for drug addiction now.
This would be like the big hub where a lot of people would come.
That's right. Oh, look. And here we go. We're going to run straight into the paramedics first thing without any hesitation, right?
Like, are you responding to calls like this quite often? Or?
So I don't work in an ambulance anymore. I'm with the Social Navigator program.
Right.
So it's
Is bad or worse than this Hamilton area this way here? I would imagine so. I'm guessing in the Toronto major areas, the homeless, the drug addicts are a little bit more aggressive and not wanting to be filmed and things like that. This must be like a suburb where it's a little bit more acceptable to be filmed or something. He's got Goggins.
partnership that we have with Hamilton Police work, the heavily marginalized homeless population and whatnot, right? So these aren't so much calls that I'm responding to. These are ones from people that I've come across that require extra attention that I'm not able to give.
What do you think about the city right now?
Right now, summertime, it's looking a lot better.
Well, that
than the winter.
makes
Yeah.
It looks great. Oh, the church is garbage. They got to get rid of that.
Like,
gotta get rid of them down there.
I gotta say,
the streets. You
gotta get rid of them down there. But it's addiction. I get that. But the businesses around here are suffering because of that. The people that go to the church, they have to go in the back door to go to the church. That's true.
Crime rate's gone through the roof. The people that live in this neighborhood are old Italian and Portuguese people. They don't call the cops. When these people that come from all different parts of the country, they're not Hamiltonians.
Right.
There's not that many fucking homeless Hamiltonians. They get bussed in. So what they do is they just exchange.
Oh, he's saying they get busted in from like Toronto and places, huh?
Today you take 20, 30. Tomorrow we'll bust them to another. And they just keep doing a merry-go-round.
What do you think the city should do?
I think that they should get a new mayor, which is going to happen, I hope. But I'm too old for all this bullshit. But you see the debris, eh?
Yeah.
The wheelchair capital of the world is what I call it.
Do police or anything ever give people a hard time for using drugs?
To a certain extent, but you're allowed to have this like stuff on.
As far as I know, it's decriminalized.
Right.
For like a certain amount.
You're only allowed to have a certain amount on you before you can actually get arrested.
What's the most common drugs on the streets right now that people are using?
Fentanyl.
1 hour
Fentanyl?
west. Okay.
Crystal meth?
Yeah. Crack cocaine.
If you don't have to answer this, but are you guys using?
Yeah, I am a user, and I'm not.
So
I am because my kids got taken.
If someone came up to you right now on the streets and said,
Her kids got taken because of what she's doing, or her kids got taken and then that led her to do drugs. I'm curious what order that came in.
we'll take you in, we'll get you sobered up, and we'll get you into treatment, we'll try our best to get you off the drugs, would you guys accept that?
Personally, I would, because I'm trying to get my kids back.
You would accept that, eh?
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I would too.
So why is the city, do you think the city's doing enough to get people off drugs, or are they aiding people into using drugs?
They kind of push you to use it because they don't help.
They push you to use it.
But not them in general, but they don't help you, so you have no choice. I didn't live on the streets for a while.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have a house, and then I became homeless.
Yeah.
You can't be homeless and not use because it's cold.
The drug addiction is absolutely correlated with the homelessness, 100%. And when you have apartments going for $1,800 out here, these people who are only getting $1,300.
Not that I'm a fan of smoking, but it's Canada's colder than the States, but they needed to stay warm. Couldn't they smoke nicotine or vape or whatever? Does vape make the body warm? I don't know. But still better than putting drugs in your system.
Max, they don't have a hope in hell to begin with.
It's quite obvious. There's a lot of people just openly using drugs out here, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Has it always?
Sanctuary City.
Sanctuary City, eh?
Yeah.
Has it always been like this?
I don't come down here much.
Wow.
But when I'm working, it seems like it, yeah.
Thanks, man. Do you see a lot of crazy stuff walking around here?
I imagine you see people freaking out, cracked out.
Yeah.
Just doing a lot. That's about it.
I don't think they pay you enough for what you do. I've seen what you pick up, man.
There's like the needles and stuff pretty gross.
Yeah. Dan took us to a farmer's market located
Wow.
inside one of the city's most popular malls, an area that has also been affected by the drug crisis. We spoke with a woman who owns and operates a Mexican grocery store and restaurant within the market. She told us that she has witnessed drug deals and other related activity taking place directly in front of her business.
I think they don't want it. I think they can tell these people, but the way that you need to get these people is moving to another race. Like in these people in another countries, they put to work in the farmers for contribution to the society. But they receive money and they use a lot of drugs.
They need rehab instead of helping out.
I like her idea there. Yeah, exactly. That's what I keep saying. Is they keep saying illegals are the only ones that'll take the jobs of farming and agriculture, picking berries and things like that. No, the homeless, teenagers, and people in jail or whatever that are on good behavior are the ones that should be allowed to kind of do those hard jobs out there that nobody else will do, right?
And they continue using drugs.
Yes, because right now they are totally dysfunctional, disconnect. Fentanyl is super bad. Fentanyl was created to warn message, but the fentanyl that we have in Mexico is not the same, but they are using here. This is worse. Worse. The people became totally crazy, so it's dangerous because they became more aggressive.
They sell drugs
Here,
inside.
inside in the market. I catch it in video.
Is it? You have it on video, right?
Yes, and I send everything to the police. And right now, a lot of business are shutting down the business because they cannot handle anymore. Neighbors, even neighbors here, they are moving for another areas. So we don't have to. I don't want that the center of Hamilton die for this reason.
Earlier this year, a 14-year-old boy reportedly shot a 16-year-old inside the mall.
Police responded to reports of shots fired inside Jackson Square. Our officers arrived and found a 16-year-old male that has sustained gunshot wounds. This young male was transported to hospital where he was subsequently pronounced deceased.
The victim died just outside this tech shop. Do you feel safe out here?
No.
You don't feel safe, eh?
Are
you currently using any substances?
Yeah, hard and down.
Hard and down?
Yeah.
So that would be crystal and fentanyl? Crack and down, okay. Now let me ask you this. If someone came up to you right now and said, come with me, I'll take you, I'll get you help, I'll get you treatment, we'll get you cleaned up, we'll get you working, would you accept that help?
No.
You don't want to get clean?
No, yeah.
Not right now? Is it maybe something that you would consider down the road? Is that something that you guys would consider? Yes? But do you think that the city should maybe put more resources into getting you guys off the drugs rather than just condoning it?
I mean, I still medicate because sometimes they miss diagnoses, the diagnoses that are there, but they can't detect it exactly. It's like it's something that your earwig.
Right.
Earwigs can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Where when they go into your ears, and that's exactly why they're called earwigs. You get it hard to get out, and I don't know. That's why I still medicate because I get these jolts in my head, and when I'm on the drugs, which is medicine, it helps with that.
Drugs is medicine. Interesting.
So that I'm not falling over and smashing my head on the ground.
You said earlier you came here from Alberta 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago, because I was actually incarcerated for 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been longer than 10 years, but when I went in, everything pretty much went to a standstill, even the dates and all that, everything shut down.
Well, guys, we've only been out here for a little bit, and look what we've seen. We're talking to people on the streets, getting the real story, boots on the ground journalism. Go to fixourcities.com, sign the petition, have your voice heard. Maybe the politicians, people in power will do something to clean up cities like Hamilton and cities all across Canada that are dealing with the drug crisis. So fixourcities.com. Let's get back to the video. Right now, we're literally in front of City Hall, and as you can see behind us, not the greatest sight, but it is what it is. And Dan is telling us that when we go around the corner here, it's going to be a little chaotic. So let's see what happens. I got to be honest. I see a lot of people out and using drugs.
Is Joe making excuses for Democrat policies? That's what I keep saying here. He's making excuses for policies that allow people to kind of continually fester out here, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Why does it keep getting bigger and bigger, Joe? Why isn't it stopped? Why aren't the politicians who say they care about people doing things to stop the drug use, the homelessness, and everything? They say they care about everybody, but you keep I'm not reading everything you're saying, but yes, you don't seem to understand that just throwing money at the problem doesn't solve the problem. Fixing the problem, getting people the help they really need would solve the problem, not just simply giving them a temporary shelter while there's a World Cup going on or something like that. That doesn't solve the problem, in my opinion. Trying something different would be the solution. Not having Democrat policies that have been ruining these cities for decades would be start to the solution there. Maybe back when Republicans were allowed they were voted into these offices, and there was not a homeless problem nearly this big back when, some cities were ran by Republicans and conservative ideas, and you didn't have those problems. Maybe we should go back to those ideals and see what those guys were doing back then to help people on the streets. Maybe let's try those solutions. Maybe try that, Joe.
Drugs in the open and stuff. What do you guys think? Yeah.
I don't think they should be doing it. I think it's dangerous for the house. It's easier said than done.
It is. It's easier said than done, right? If someone was to come up to you right now and say, "Let's get you treatment. Let's get you off the drugs. We'll get you clean and sober," would you accept that?
No, I'm not ready for that.
Maybe it's something down.
I want to waste somebody's money on doing
So maybe down the road.
It's possible.
Possible.
It is possible. I quit on my own.
So where do you?
I joined the parties and got away from the city and actually had no drugs for 2 months.
Yep, Jeannie,
Wow.
yep.
Do you ever get robbed?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we do. Yes, we do get robbed.
You do get.
My wallet, my phone, everything.
Really?
My money.
Wow. Do you? So I know you said you might not want to get help, but do you think that the city should do more to get people help instead of maybe aiding the drug use? Because they hand out. I see that they hand out pipes and different stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. That's so people use clean stuff.
Right. Like safe supply, right? So there's no, when you get out, there's no plan, no structure, right? You go back to the shelter
It's
and.
hard when you don't have a place, right? Like you can seclude yourself in your own place and have one.
Right. Where are you from originally?
I was born here, but I grew up in Thornhill. I don't know.
Thornhill? Oh wow.
I had a bakery up there.
Oh. Do you have? Can I see the drugs?
I don't have any. I have it on a page, like on the burn.
Can you show us? Here, come, reach out. So that's, what is that there? That's fentanyl? So do you smoke that?
Yeah.
Do people inject it too?
But people can, if they try, do a 7-day clean, depending on the drug or something like that, and don't allow them to get it. Take care of them for that 7 days or 2 weeks or whatever it is to get their body clean to the stuff, and then show them pictures and videos of the way that they were behaving before they were clean. That would kind of wake them up. Like, wait, I'm clean now, and I know how to dress myself. Show them pictures and videos of themselves back like this. They will not want to go back to that. They'll say, okay, I'll do whatever it takes to not go back to, living on the streets at that point there. That would be kind of a good wake-up call for a lot of people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's more common, smoking it?
Yeah, I would say.
Smoking it, eh? Yeah. So let me get this straight. So the city will hand out Dilaudid.
Yeah, true enough.
And then, so this is where it's important. So they hand out the Dilaudids and then they exchange the Dilaudids for harder drugs. So this. Not only does the city distribute harm reduction supplies such as pipes and needles, but some programs also provide prescribed hydromorphone, commonly known by the brand name Dilaudid. Hydromorphone is a pharmaceutical opioid that is less potent than fentanyl and is used in some safer supply programs as an alternative to the toxic illicit drug supply. Critics of these programs argue that some of the prescribed medication is diverted and traded for stronger street drugs, while supporters contend that safer supply helps reduce overdose deaths and other harms associated with the unregulated drug market. These programs are part of a broader harm reduction strategy that has been implemented in communities across Canada. So I gotta say, people are being very receptive.
So give them a drug that's not quite as bad as fentanyl and these other ones here. So at least they don't die on the street so easy. They'll still be hooked on the pain reliever, medicine, whatever they want to call it, but that doesn't really solve the problem, does it? That just kind of
to talking to us, and they're being very transparent, and I appreciate that. And what we're trying to do, we're just
let's go, Paul. Yeah, Paul's always got good points there. Except when he makes fun of me. Sometimes Paul makes fun of me. Just kidding.
Just trying to shine a light on this is reality, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. But this is what's happening on the streets, and you had a couple interesting
This is a good guy here on the right, but who does he remind you of? Who does that look remind you of? A certain Portland former streamer? Does he remind you? I mean, he doesn't have the ears of the person that I'm thinking of, but does he remind you of somebody from the Portland streamer brigade and everything that used to be buddies with Tommy or something?
observations from that little area we just were. What was happening while we were filming that I was completely oblivious to?
You were down on your haunches talking to someone. This guy was filming you. While he was filming you, a man came around behind his back carrying a box cutter and a bottle of what I think was Dilaudid in his hand, and he was less than a foot from your back, and that's why I was stepping around behind you to make sure you don't get cut or stabbed.
So the Dilaudid, this is interesting. So they're getting...
Yeah, you got that one right. If he had a F MAGA hat on or whatever, like, hey, what's he doing in Canada?
Getting Dilaudids.
Yes.
For free.
Yes.
From essentially the government.
Yes.
And then they're swapping them for fentanyl and stuff. Well, what's going on with the Dilaudids?
The Dilaudids are being swapped for street drugs, and as you saw, there were open drug dealers selling drugs to people in front of us while we were there. We didn't film them, but they were right in front of us, very openly trafficking to these people.
So literally, as we're filming this right now, Dan just got a call. What was said?
My wife has informed me by text message that police have completely blocked off and surrounded the church that we were at this morning. There's been a stabbing down there, and that does not surprise me at all. You guys saw what was going on there this morning, and this is what follows: violence.
We're gonna go check it out, so stay tuned. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to be clear here, but you know, Hamilton is still a beautiful city. There's lots of beautiful places here, nice culture, great food, but you can't hide the obvious truth that there is a huge drug issue here. This is where we started the day off here, but as we were walking by here, there was a guy with a knife right in the open, just scraping drugs off, some sort of white substance. And then a couple hours later, there's a forensics team, police are here.
We all knew it was going to happen. This is what happens when you mix drugs with mental illness, with poverty. It all comes together into a terrible, terrible thing.
You actually saw it, man. What happened? There was a guy laying on the sidewalk, and he was crying, freaking out, saying that he was dying, just carried a mental health breakdown. When there was another guy leaning up against the fence, he was just sitting there chilling. And because nobody was helping him, he said that he was going to kill everybody. So he pulled out a knife and he just randomly stabbed him.
He just stabbed him for no reason?
Yeah, stabbed right in the side.
What's your take on what's happening down
We
here?
need to have a controlled environment. We're spending way too much on emergency services.
Why are the politicians and the people in power, how come are they choosing?
Why don't you see this rampant drug use and homelessness in rural areas? There, Joe. Why do you see a little bit of homelessness out there in some areas and things like that, but not nearly to the degree as you see it in urban areas ran by Democrats? You know, and when you do see it in, you know, rural areas, usually ran by Republicans, you see them trying to get help and things like that. People finding ways to get them off the streets or get them to some type of shelter or charity or something like that. That's what happens usually when you see things happen in conservative areas. But why do we only see this stuff primarily in areas ran by Democrats? So why are you continually making the excuses that dozens of factors go into it? Yes, those factors all circle back to one inconvenient truth to you: Democrat policies allow and what's the other word? Accept this kind of stuff, basically, to some degree at least.
Not to see, like, why would they continue doing something that's not working?
It's a purge. Because if they have a problem to fix, then they can act like they're fixing something. If they fix the problem, then they have no reason to ask for more tax money, right? If the problem's fixed with 20% taxes, why would they want to bump the tax amount up and then get more government? Get it?
Business. These guys make a lot of money. The fire department makes a lot of money. EMS, the hospital. And to be quite honest, like,
a lot of the drugs out there, I believe, hypothetically, the government drugs.
Many of the individuals we spoke with attributed the rise in homelessness and drug-related issues to the city of Hamilton and Mayor Andrea Horwath's policies. Some residents argue that the city's approach places too much emphasis on harm reduction measures, which they believe can normalize ongoing drug use. Critics argue that greater attention should be directed toward addiction treatment, recovery programs, and long-term support aimed at helping individuals break the cycle of substance dependence and reintegrate into society. So we're here with Mark. He owns a restaurant, Chard, which is located right outside of where the stabbing just occurred, which is essentially right beside the church where apparently a lot of problems radiate around this church. Now, what do you think about this? What do you think about the stabbing here? Is this a common occurrence? What's going on the streets of Hamilton?
I have no idea what's happening on the streets of Hamilton. But
that's crazy, Robbie. That's crazy.
Every day, there's police, fire trucks, ambulance coming to the church, okay? And this is where all our money is going. I guess there's no money for anything else. And I have one question for the church, which I also mentioned.
That's where your tax dollars go, to all this kind of the after effects of how the homeless and the drug use out there. But if you put your money into solving the problem before it starts, then you wouldn't have this big problem. If you sort of help people that are down on their luck or something like that, say, we're about to lose our home or something like that, I'm sorry, you still have a job, you just aren't making enough money. Maybe the government can kind of set you up with a tiny home or something like that, or a studio apartment type place or something to some degree, so you still have a place to live at that point there, but you're still going to pay rent to somebody, of course, so that feel responsible at that point there, and that'll keep the people off the street, right? I still don't like the idea of the government running apartments or anything like that, but if you're not responsible and not paying your bills, rather than going out of the streets, debtor's prison type things or something like that to kind of wake people up.
Earlier, okay? They do this 6 days a week. They don't do it on Sunday. Why?
What is it exactly they're doing? Like, is it like handing out food?
They call it the Cathedral Cafe, where they feed them, okay? In the wintertime, they used to house them also. It was a disaster over here, okay? Screaming and hollering at nighttime and on and on. So they feed them. They only let so many at a time. The rest of them can be all over the place. And the drug dealers that are going on over here. I was just walked by a few days ago, and this guy opens up his backpack. He's got a pharmacy there. Drug dealers. This is what's happening here. And nothing is being done.
It's a safe haven for criminals.
100%.
Why are they not doing anything about it?
Well,
who's Icked Mel? Icked. Make me look this up, aren't you? News. You like true crime or something? Interesting. He's got a lot of subscribers. We got 123 people just waiting for him to go live about a ice pew-pewing thing. I'll subscribe for the heck of it here. Is he a Canada guy? Oh, he's sort of like a smoke and scan type guy, it looks like. Maybe.
It's the thinking of the councillor and the mayor. Okay, that's my feelings about it. They don't care.
Well, about like 20-30 minutes later, the whole scene is cleaned up.
Yeah. I've never seen a stabbing or a murder scene cleaned up so quick in my life in the city of Hamilton. It is very obvious the city of Hamilton is now trying to hide what has happened out here just now.
And it's because this is like a program.
This is funded by our Ward 2 councillor, Cameron Croce, the guy I'm running against for Ward 2 council, and they're obviously trying to hide this very, very quickly.
I reached out to Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath to get the city's perspective, but I haven't heard back. I also reached out to Christ Church Cathedral for comment on the concerns raised by local residents. Any response received will be included in the written article accompanying this report. Well, guys, that's a wrap. We're going to call it quits for the day. I want to thank you, Dan, for showing us around.
Anytime.
Yeah, it would have been a totally different report without you showing us the spots and just being a good guide for the day. Now, you are running for city councillor in this ward.
I am.
What would you do to clean up the streets of Hamilton?
I would stop funding all of these places that are being used as basic dispensaries for drugs, hard drugs. And I would also stop financing, handing out these oxycodone pills that they're trading on the street for street drugs. Absolutely. All that stuff needs to stop. And constantly giving them glass pipes and letting them use openly, that can't go on anymore. It's all fueling things to the point where all of a sudden guns and knives become involved, like today, right across the street here.
Well, listen, good luck, and thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Here's your Rebel News again. You guys, you've already followed Rebel News, but since I just played 2 of their videos pretty much, you might as well make sure you follow them. Follow them on the channel over here. Bunch of Canadians and Australians, but they're probably good news too, you know.
What is that there?
That's fentanyl.
That's fentanyl? Welcome to Hamilton, Ontario, where hard drug use...
Done with that one. Also, Lincoln J was the guy in that too. Follow him. Sweeney's Take. Oh, he hasn't even gone live here with the Sweeney's Take. He was the guy who was out there with James Klug the other day. Oh, it's only a 3-minute video with Puppet Edgar on this one here. So watch this one here and be done.
How many of you are gay? Raise your flags. 1, 2, 3.
This might be an old video.
We're here with Patriot Front. They appear to be a bunch of LARPing FBI agents.
LARPing, playing pretend while in costume.
Their uniforms basically match. Whenever there is some sort of good cause that needs to be tainted with subtle racism, they do inject these law enforcement officers, or wannabes, into the mix. We're here at the meeting of the Masked Homosexuals Club. I don't like how they invade my town, but it's freedom of speech, not freedom of reach, or freedom of reach around. If I tell you any type of joke and you rustle that flag, that means you're gay, okay? This is a test. What's the last sound you hear before pubic hair hits the ground? The answer is... He did not shake. You are heterosexual. Good job. We're going to see if anyone will speak to us. Are you the spokesman for Trident Gum?
Can you please get that thing back
Sure.
a little bit?
Are you the spokeshole? All right. What kind of gum are you chewing? Is it double mint? All of them are mum. It's like they've got laryngitis and constipation at the same time. Why are you quiet? Why won't you talk to me? I'm getting depressed. This is like milking a really old cow. Is this Saudi Arabia? You'd fit right in. Have you ever tried a niqab or a burqa? He's your spokesman?
Office is right down there.
You do talk. Okay. How long have you been a Patriot Frontal Lobe? Are you the leader of Patriot Front?
I'm not going to talk to your puppet.
No, will you talk to me though? Where
This is a different time here that they were down there.
is your fucking mask? Aren't you concerned about disease? What about disease? What about the disease of LARPing? Are you a federal agent? Are you a sheriff's department? Why would you show us your identity? I am not ashamed to be out here. If you're such a good cause, take off the mask. COVID's gone. I salute you. You're maskless. Why can't your bitches be like you? Why are they such federal bitches? Such Leos. I see you laugh at you, bitch. Take your mask off. If you laugh with me, you gotta unmask your ass.
You
Honestly.
should use some more profanity. I think your
You know
viewers
what?
would like it.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to bleep all that shit out, and that's wrong, and that's a lot of work for me.
Yeah, I did see that actually. Have you guys seen that yet? I'll play that, then I'll go get some medicine here when I play that video here for you.
I try to work as little as possible. I don't blame you for staying away from Muppets. Oscar the Grouch is a rapist. Haven't you seen Brokeback Mountain? What did you think of that? I enjoyed it. How much will it cost for a reach around? Some cowboy. He's a rhinestone cowboy. Of LARPing fans. Why aren't people with you more? Why does it just take one intrepid puppet with low self-esteem to come and harass you? I'm going to pause here while I think of some other crap to say. Excuse me. Subscribe to Ask America with Edgar. Please don't kick my ass. I'm really, really sorry. If made to, I will go gay for you.
Are you okay?
I'm splendid.
How can we do justice?
Let's go back here.
How many of you are gay? Raise your flags. 1, 2, 3. We're here with Patriot Front. They appear to be a bunch of LARPing FBI agents.
LARPing, playing pretend while in costume.
Their uniforms basically match. Whenever there is some sort of good cause that needs to be tainted with subtle racism, they do inject these law enforcement officers, or wannabes, into the mix. We're here at the meeting of the Masked Homosexuals Club. I don't like how they invade my town, but it's freedom of speech, not freedom of reach, or freedom of reach around. If I tell you any type of joke,
A MAGA live streamer dressed as Uncle Sam was arrested after
watching
multiple
some
witnesses.
female acrobat performers with his hand down his pants, making a back and
apparently
forth
pleasuring
motion.
himself and told the cops that he lusts for America.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Gianluca Ractelli, aka Manny. Man, I don't want to call you masturbating Manny because that's alleged. That's alleged. You might not have masturbated. We're going to let justice decide. On a sweltering Friday afternoon, on June 25th, his birthday, man.
Hold on a second. Let me give you the links to Puppet Edgar, which I think I have it on the link thing or whatever, but I'll get it to you here. Right there. Oh, yeah, my head hurts. That doesn't hurt that bad. It just kind of bugs me right now. It might get worse, so I'm going to take the medicine here in a second. I take the Advil, the dual Advil thing, the dual action Advil. But anyway, there's that one. And also, we might as well link in Manny here also. He's in the video. Copy. Back over here. There you go. Follow those guys there. But this is Puppet Edgar's video anyway. So, back to Puppet Edgar. Play the video if you
A
guys
MAGA live streamer dressed as Uncle Sam was
Suit it up and join the fray. Now, because there are so many that hate America, they are delighted to see a Trump-supporting MAGA personality have his image destroyed. Now, having read the police report, Manny, I did not know what to think initially myself, I confess. Through our interview today, I'm hoping that you will shed some light on what the hell happened. There are several sides to the story, but we haven't heard directly, until now, from Manny. We're going to cut through the noise and try to discover the truth. We're going to cover these allegations of baloney pulling from every conceivable angle until the truth spurts out. All of my journalist rivals in DC, Manny, they are too messing with rage that I got this scoop. Let me tell you.
Edgar got the exclusive.
I want everyone to notice that, because I believe
You're
Manny
welcome,
to be
you're
innocent, I have entrusted my very phallic microphone in his care. I believe he will not abuse it. You went to the Great American State Fair, and you were...
The funny thing is, if you already watched the story or something like that, it's pretty cool. But if you watch it again for the jokes that are kind of funny or whatever that you might not have caught, relating to that stuff. Okay, I'll be back probably. Probably be back. You guys want to watch this or not? It's only 11 people watching. I don't think you guys will want to watch this. I don't know if you do or not. But this other guy here, if you guys want the link that Ikadmel, he's going to be on at 3:15 or 10 more minutes for your other guy to be on or whatever. So it'll be about a 10-minute video anyway, so it'll probably work out.
Dressed in, how would you describe the outfit real quick?
All American overall.
Oh, it's a 34-minute video.
USA.
Let's play this at 1.5 speed. See if you guys can catch up with 1.5 speed on this one here.
Flag.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam hat.
Yeah.
These sunglasses right here.
Wow.
Red, white, and blue head to toe.
Do you want to try on that Uncle Sam hat to your right? This isn't the same hat, by the way, because didn't the police confiscate your Uncle Sam hat?
I got it back.
You did?
It is not evidence.
Oh my God.
It never went below my waist.
Yeah. Okay, so you have single-handedly destroyed the market for that costume on Amazon.com because of your disgraceful appearance. No one is buying it. I do, however, believe there will be a surge in sales around Halloween time. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, that makes me feel good because by then I'll be cleared, and I think all the Patriots by next 4th of July, it'll be like I'll be like the spokesperson for the biggest company that makes them.
If you were at a normal job, there would be severe repercussions, wouldn't there? Yeah.
There would.
But I understand you're self-employed. Have you considered firing yourself?
I had not considered firing myself because I only have one employee, and he is an idiot. So the company be done if I left.
Wait, are you the employee?
No, I actually have one.
All right, so I think boss man and the employee number one might have some stuff in common. Okay. On the off chance that you are found guilty of public yanking, I want you to know you will be in good company. You'll be in the company of famous actor Fred Willard, Pee Wee Herman, and probably Louis C.K. But he just jerked it into a potted plant. Even if the wheels of justice grind and go flat, you'll have good company, sir. I hope does that make you feel a little bit? Lighten you up a little bit.
We can beat Mount Rushmore. Be 4 of us on.
How do you plan to beat off these charges?
We have the evidence. I have audio. I have video.
Yep.
It's
not. I really appreciate your adamant claims of innocence. You got to admit, the man's got spunk, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of rogue jizzing, would you ever date Monica Lewinsky?
No. Not even back in the 90s. Not classy enough.
I think it's kind of admirable that you are leaning into this. I think we have to find the humor in the situation. Many of the time when someone puts a slight foot out of step or a hand, and gets punished by it, by the ravenous wolf-like liberals that are 90% of this town, the childless, single, vulture-like women, and you know who you are. They peck and they peck and they peck and they insinuate and they, Talk about you, Kyle Kalinske. Anyway, here on Papa Edgar, we like to ignore the lefty psychotics as they bay like wolves for your blood, eager to claim the next scalp. Ooh, Manny, can you take that hat off and show us your scalp?
Sure.
Knowing this town, they could have you facing the death penalty right before when they give you your final meal. What is your choice? Jerk chicken or pulled pork?
Pulled pork.
Okay. Is that what you call your guy, Mr. Pork?
You got it. You know it.
Does he have a name?
Yeah.
I named mine.
What's yours?
Mr. Invisible. In light of recent events, what is your favorite Michael Jackson song? Is it Beat It or You Are Not Alone? Or a mashup of the two?
I'd have to go with Beat It.
If you ever encountered a naughty monkey, would you spank it? You were a bit of a prophet that day. I want to share just a 10-second thing that you said on the very day that you were arrested, okay?
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking Washington Post, C-SPAN, Floor Freedom 250 people. I'm going to be all over the freaking internet. Relax. The whole world's going to know me by tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Truer words have never been spoken. The whole world is going to know you by tomorrow. Have you ever predicted the future so accurately before?
When I gamble on baseball once in a while.
I'm going to read the police report. Just a summary, okay? You were accused of lewd, indecent, or obscene acts in public, which could include making an obscene or indecent exposure of his or her genitalia or anus, or engaging in masturbation, or engaging in a sexual act as defined in DC code something weird symbol 22-3001. I've read the police report. Now, Manny, some of the complaints were from the acrobats. And, you know, always in my life, you've been able to trust acrobats. So this puts you a little bit behind the eight ball, Manny. Just before you tell your side of the story, we have a noteworthy bit of footage, Manny. I'm going to play the footage that got you in trouble, okay?
All right.
So hold tight. At which point did you realize this aerialist hussy was hypnotizing you with her star-spangled taint, rendering you situationally unaware as you reached for your phone and your keys in your Uncle Sam outfit?
I think it was right there.
You were recording a hot babe doing aerial acrobatics. What was going through your mind? Let us know. You were live streaming to your audience of hundreds.
Yes, and my girlfriend. So clearly there was nothing going through my head other than just filming what's going on.
Yeah. And frankly, there weren't many sights and sounds at the state fair. I was there a few hours before you. It was kind of barren. There wasn't much going on. The rodeo wasn't happening. My intern wouldn't let me hit the Budweiser beer tent. It's terrible. You were arrested for allegedly masturbating. What were you doing with your hands?
So I had overalls on, the USA outfit. Underneath, I had shorts, cargo shorts with pockets where I had 2 other phones, a power pack, cigarettes, vape, keys, wallet.
Wait, is one of these phones a burner phone for terrorist activities, Manny?
Could be.
Manny, you're not helping your court case when you are ambiguous about that.
So,
like we rehearsed, Manny.
There's a clip that was put out, and you can see me clearly go. And as a matter of fact, that was about.
I have that clip. We're going to show the footage of you allegedly digging for your baloney.
Yeah, and look, before you play,
Oh,
see the gray shorts underneath sticking out?
Yes, I do.
Sir.
Yes, I do.
Sorry, phone died. I didn't realize it was going low.
Yes.
So, as you can see,
yes,
the feds move when I'm right there. Look, move in and out, pulling.
Yeah.
And out comes my power pack to recharge my phone.
Yep. Is that what you call your penis? Your power pack?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Manny, I want you to know, you could realistically make an accusation that you were rummaging for your baloney stick inside your thing if your baloney stick were like a foot long and jutting out to the side. I hope the jury takes this in mind. If you had to put your schlong onto an evidence table and show its full, never mind, I think Your Honor, strike that from the record. I'm sorry, sir. This is my first interview ever. Oh, thank you for being here. Now, did you do anything more egregious than that? We've seen that. We've seen how you have these clunky, weird Uncle Sam things. You were rummaging in it. You had 2 phones, a bunch of keys, your vape. You were vaping illegally, weren't you?
No, I went through it. They took it out of my pocket and said, yep, you can take that.
No, right. That's fine. Your life choices are your life choices, Manny. Men of your age, they grab the crotch sometimes. They have to shift the goodies. They have to shift the goodies for increased comfort. Did you do any of that, Manny? Did you grab the twig and berries at any time during this event?
Not one time at the entire event did I go anywhere past my pockets to get something out of them.
All right. Yeah, because you were live streaming and there were,
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I did twice.
You did?
When I went to the Spotted Pot.
Sir, this is America. We call it a porta potty.
Porta pot, Spotted Pot.
A man dressed in such an American fashion should know the proper terms for things. Are you a Russian sleeper agent meant to undermine America and insult Donald Trump on his magical day?
In Baltimore, we call them Spotted Pot. Sorry.
Oh, Balmer.
Ugh,
yeah. Well, okay, fine.
The eyewitness accounts, I don't even know what happened, so you can read them.
They don't match your accounts. You were innocently rummaging in your pockets for all your stuff.
Right.
But they saw, were they looking at you frontally, the witnesses?
Apparently one was behind me, one maybe was in front of me. They were
looking
all
at that
over.
video. Looking at that video, I could see how they would misunderstand that you were yanking a sausage. Unjustly accused of a crime you did not commit, but probably would have liked to. These are the witness statements. What witness, name withheld, witness 2, stated per his voluntary witness statement, he returned for the second show and I saw him with his hand in his pants, likely doing what we all thought he was doing. So his mind was predetermined to be in a sexy place. Okay.
Another witness, witness 3, stated in his voluntary witness statement, I was approached by a female member of the acrobat team who had noticed an older white male.
That's you, bitch.
That was making her and other female performers uncomfortable.
It might have been your $1 million smile. Okay.
They informed me that they noticed him making lewd gestures in his pants as if he was attempting to masturbate while they were performing.
Upon collection of the third witness statement from witness 1, who stated in her voluntary witness statement,
I was witnessing the Cirque Mechanics performance on June 25th, 2026 at the Great American State Fair, and standing behind gentleman in the overalls. He was vaping and filming the performers. That's true. He then stuck his right hand down his pants, and it moved back and forth approximately 6 times. Is that how much to teach you to come? 6 times, very uncomfortable, in what appeared to be self-pleasure or masturbation. Due to the affirmation statements collected from witnesses on scene, Racktelly was charged with lewd, indecent, or obscene acts. Break it down. Are they right? Are they telling the truth? Did you stretch your bacon even absent-mindedly in the presence of such aerialist lovelies?
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
And a bitch boyfriend.
You saw it twice, maybe rummaging between 2 things, maybe 2.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. We have these witnesses. Did you know them?
No.
You never seen them before?
No.
They weren't followers of your live stream?
Never know.
Yeah. Would you say that some of the witnesses are just engaging in hearsay?
Yeah, that absolutely is hearsay.
They heard an account from someone else and just repeated it?
I've heard myself that was discussed, so that definitely happened.
Can you give us like a quick summary of your defense? What were the problems with witnesses in a nutshell?
Shoddy at best, hearsay. Did you see this? Maybe, kind of, sort of. So it's a lot of hearsay, and
and you believe forthcoming details in your next court appearance will show that properly. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I've not spoken about them in public, and I will not until the next court date.
Don't jeopardize it. Even though you're probably suffering maximum embarrassment, and it's probably even worse now. You're talking about fucking Muppet.
You know,
You're not embarrassed?
It does not embarrass me. You cannot embarrass me. Nothing.
No?
You cannot embarrass me. You cannot humiliate me.
Well, I know.
It doesn't happen.
Fine, be that way, bitch. Hold it, wait. I'm almost done. Your critics will say, well, he was making all sorts of, lewd comments about the aerialist. Were you making any lewd comments about the aerialist? Or things you would see as lewd? I mean, your yardstick of lewdness might be a little bit different. I've seen you do some weird stuff.
No, nothing.
Nothing incriminating.
Not a single thing.
Did you, admit it, did you register their hotness verbally? Did you say, well, she's cute?
No.
You did?
No.
If we went back into the video and looked for that and tried to hear that, would we find it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Still no.
How about now?
No shot.
We leave it to the court of public opinion. Do you want to apologize to Donald J. Trump for exacerbating the already poor optics of the Great State Fair?
No, I was the life of the party until this injustice happened. You
were the life of the search party.
I got interviewed by C-SPAN, by
before.
Before I was.
Isn't that like asking how was the play, Miss Lincoln? Can you walk us through your arrest?
Yeah, I was walking in the big empty field where there was basically nobody else at that point.
Yeah.
And out of the corner of my eye, you noticed a couple people just appear. Happened to be police officers. One walked up, and he said, "Come with us, sir." And I said, "For what?" And he said, "We had to ask you some questions." And I said, "Am I being detained?" And he said, "Yes." Well, I knew I didn't do anything, so I was relaxed and walked over with them, and I did what they asked.
Well, and what did they ask you?
They asked me nothing, actually.
They didn't say, "Were you yanking it?"
Nope, did not ask me.
So
I actually
took their word as gospel. They didn't cross-check.
Yep.
They took their claims as gospel and just arrested you.
Yep, and they didn't arrest me right away. It took about probably at least a half hour. And during that half hour, I kind of figured out maybe what was going on by one officer coming over talking to another.
Yeah.
And I said, and then I started saying, the whole live stream's right there. I was live the entire day.
Yeah.
Anything you think I did is right there.
Yeah.
They didn't want to hear it. Then
wow. Yeah, they wouldn't want to check your camera.
No, of course not.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They put you in a police car?
Yeah, I got an SUV at least.
An
Got a little
SUV.
bit of a nice ride.
Oh, that's like the Uber Black of law enforcement.
That's right.
That's good. Thank you, coppers. Now, were any of them saying, "Oh, this is bullshit," or anything like that? Were there any coppers muttering under their breath, like, why would a guy dressed as Uncle Sam very flagrantly masturbate while he is the loudest and most noticeable attraction, even more than these twat-flashing aerialists?
Well, the guy that was driving was literally his first day. I heard him talking. Another guy had to ride with him because he didn't even know where to go. So they were kind of, giving directions and what do I do? What do I do? He didn't know how to cuff me either.
Yeah.
I had a bruise on my hand for 4 days. He couldn't even put handcuffs on yet. So that's how good the training is.
Oh boy, would you like to share this officer's name with us? No. They might take retaliation on you. Never mind. I believe his name was Officer Putz, my brother-in-law. They took you to DC jail?
Yeah, Park Police Precinct 1, Southwest.
Wow, what was it like?
It was quiet. I was in a cell by myself. Was supposed to be released after a few hours, and then sat in a cell by myself for about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I hit the little intercom button and said, "What's going on?" I'd been fingerprinted hours ago, and he said, "A few more minutes."
I'm a patriot, damn it.
Right, I'm a patriot. Damn it.
A yanking doodle dandy.
Yeah. So, and at that point, about 3 hours after I was supposed to be released, I had to hit the intercom.
Wow.
And the officer came, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you. I know I told you you're getting out today, but you have to see a judge tomorrow. You got to stay overnight."
Okay, they didn't want
They
you.
were scared to tell me. They didn't want to tell me.
Why not? What do you think that was?
Well, that officer claimed that I've been very cooperative and seemed like a nice guy, so I guess he didn't want to let me down.
Did you meet any weird jailbirds in prison? People asking, "Hey, what are you in for?" Oh, allegedly jerking it in front of an guy. What were you in for?
Didn't have any of that, but I did. Obviously, I had a Freedom 250 T-shirt on that was underneath the overalls that day.
Yeah.
So I was getting a lot of, "Are you Republican?" When we went to court, it was about 55 to 60 people all together, and I got a lot. You want any Republicans? You want any Republicans? I said, "Yes, I am."
What they do next? Did they try to cornhole you or something?
No cornholes, no cornholes. It's all how you carry yourself. You carry yourself. Even your.
You don't tell them I'm a freedom-loving self-toucher. No.
Nah, I don't think that would have been a good idea.
All right, very well. Wow. And so you didn't get messed with.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you are a tall gentleman, and I've seen you handle yourself in the streets. I do watch from afar from the safety of my little puppet hole. During your arrest, or during like the aftermath of your arrest, you had many people on your side making graphics such as this. Now, can you tell us who made this graphic?
That would be one of my best friends in the world. Haley, she goes by Haley Reports.
Haley
on X.
Reports, okay.
She's an amazing friend.
Yeah.
She made that up. She even called the precinct on my behalf and said he didn't do anything. We were watching it live.
Wow.
Good friend.
Wow. Now, did you used to date her?
I did not.
Oh, just checking.
She's like a little sister. She's younger.
The little sister that you never porked. Okay.
Correct.
Sorry, that's the best type of sister. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about my Amish roots. It says, free Manny, false report, unfair arrest, wrongful detention, justice for Manny, set up, not guilty. I got to tell you, I'm leaning towards agreeing with every statement on there except for the set up bit. Do you think it was preordained? Because that's complicated as hell. They would have to be tracking you, put a little idea into the heads of the acrobats. Is it just a misunderstanding?
Yeah, I will after this thing here.
Who will you set up?
I've seen Antifa do crazier things than that. So I'm not saying I was set up, but I would not say that
would not be
a phone
surprised?
call maybe was made to somebody.
Wow.
You never know with them.
Yeah, I've come through watching these videos to think like, well, Manny's a little weird, but I don't see him doing this. But we are a truth-seeking channel. We try to seek the truth through humor, but I will prioritize truth-seeking over giving a fellow traveler a reach around every time. The little aerial circus was brought to you by the National Endowment for the Arts. Do you have respect for that organization?
No comment.
Very well. We have a very cagey witness here. Have you just learned to see the hilarity in life? Is that why you're not angry and resentful?
I was never angry and resentful. It definitely was never that. I've always been able to just take things as they are, and if you know you're innocent, you'll have your chance to prove yourself.
Well, I hope justice prevails. I hope there's not some body cam video of you really yanking your pole until the squirts come out. For your sake. Because DC will not be kind to you. They might even give you a week in prison. The revolving door policies of this town are outrageous. But because you're a Republican, they'll probably execute you.
Right.
Sorry, them's the rules. I didn't write them. Want to help me save America? Go to the description section of this video to join the Blue Crew. You'll enjoy my episodes days earlier, get 20% off Edgar merch at shopedgar.com, and access exclusive members-only content. Ooh, now back to the show. Might be time here to take a little note of that Manny is rather infamous. He's infamous for going to the Delaney Hall protest. He's infamous for going on all sorts of other, protests and counter-protests. Typically, Manny protests on behalf of what he feels are the interests of the United States of America, to sustain a reasonable ICE operation against illegal aliens, to protest on behalf of the SAVE Act and all that stuff. I do worry about you, sir. I think you get into dangerous situations sometimes. Would you say that's true?
I would agree with that. I like chaos.
Why? Let's talk about your childhood.
Yeah, my childhood was good. It's not my childhood.
What do you say to your critics who say that you are hanging out with a bad crowd and the bad optics are all your fault?
The lefties, they don't like any of us. They comment, so no matter who you hang around with, they're going to say they're bad.
Yeah.
So,
well, this is a truth-seeking puppet interview channel, sir, so I'm going to bring up a photograph.
Oh,
Hold
boy.
tight.
Oh, boy.
Hold tight, bitch. Now, this is a tweet of yours from, ages ago. First time Manny broke out the custom Crusader hoodie, and that is how I first met you. You were dressed as a character I have dubbed Sir Sweatpants.
Yes, sir.
A knife on top and just a sweaty exercise machine on the bottom.
That's right.
Did you grab your crotch during that day? I'm going to go through the raw footage.
You might have to. No.
Don't give me please. You are standing right next to a man called Brian Bettencourt.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what predilection does Brian Bettencourt have when he travels on the metro, to the best of your knowledge? What is he alleged to have done?
He is alleged to have sneak up behind young women and touched their hair very
their
creepily.
hair. Yes, like this, how that make you feel?
Creepy.
Is Brian still your friend?
I would never say Brian and I were friends.
He's just an associate.
Yeah, I see him at some protest.
This is akin to Donald Trump being photographed right next to Ghislaine Maxwell, isn't it? Like, hey, you're at the same protest party.
Exactly. It was literally a couple protests I would see him. He would come into my X space and act like a nut. I'd kick him out. So definitely not friends.
Do you disavow hair-touching Brian Bettencourt?
Yes.
Okay, very well. Would you self-describe as a little bit of a shitlord? Like a shit poster, a shitlord, a troublemaker, a pot stirrer?
I'm definitely a pot stirrer.
Okay, I'm going to show you some footage, sir. I would like you to explain yourself.
All right.
I hope this doesn't destroy your case.
All right.
All right. All right, there you are in red, as usual. What are you doing with your Roman salute? Why are you Sieg Heilig? I know are you mocking those people?
Yeah.
Are you expressing genuine affinity for a person who killed so many millions?
No, it is actually.
Brian, he's the. I can't remember. Is he the one guy that's? I forget. He's a crazy guy. It was on X or whatever, and bugs a lot of women and things like that. Crazy guy.
As you can see, I'm surrounded by about 100 to 150 crazy Antifa.
Yeah.
And, they're doing the go home Nazi chant. So,
Yeah. So you just leaned in, like the chicks say?
Leaned into it.
I think that's ill-advised, sir. I'm going to just twist your titty in punishment. I think you shouldn't do that.
Well,
Sorry,
I haven't done it since.
Smooth that over. I didn't mean to fuck with you. You haven't done that since?
That was in January.
Oh, so that was a one-off.
Thank you for the heads up there, Joe. I forgot to help Jeannie out there. Here, Jeannie's right. I do need it, Russ. Here, I keep forgetting to shout out her situation there. Oh my head! I did take the medicine. It takes a little while for it to kick in, Where's Where's Jeannie's Give Send Go? Not that one. Go over here. I guess I don't know. Here it is. If you guys want to help her out, ooh, she got some more donations recently. Good. Was it you that gave her the? No, Paul helped her out. That was nice of you, Paul. Thanks for helping Jeannie out there. If you're still in the chat, very nice of you. And here's the link there if you want to help Jeannie out. She's going through some housing issues and things like that, we'll say. But if you want to read the whole story, it's in that link there, right there. Got some kind of flood damage going on at her house, and flooded 3 times in June. She must move away from those rivers or something like that up there, Jeannie, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's the link there. Give it some love there to Edie Wave. How you doing? There you go.
That was a one-off.
Do you understand how giving a Hitler salute is less than ideal optics? It's legal. Elon does it all the time.
I think I've got a 2 thing back here. It's like the touching the gums or whatever. It's just like in the gums. I'm thinking that's the tooth that's the problem. So I think I need to go to a dentist first, and then the dentist will have to give a recommendation to pull this tooth, if they can even dig it out of there, to a tooth extractor person. Unless the tooth extractor people, can they kind of do it on their own? I don't know. Yeah, I can say, do I have to go to the dentist first, or can I go to a tooth extractor person? Because around here, they're not always the same office, you know.
So does Madani.
So do a lot of them.
So does Hillary Clinton. But you did it repeatedly, though. That's the striking difference. Elon, my heart goes out to you. Hillary, hi, everybody. I'm a lesbian. Mamdani, hi, everybody. Here's some free socialist shit. And you are like, yeah, Hitler. Sorry, actually, this evokes another action, to be honest. I should stop that. Sorry, cut the video. You promise not to do that again. You can't make any promises.
Yeah, I mean, I know what dentist I'd probably go to or whatever that's familiar with things, but they've had to do the same thing for my parents that I keep an eye on. Take them there. Is it, Dad, you need to have this tooth pulled. It's too sharp. Or I think Mom had a different place that they recommended she go to get her some teeth pulled and things like that.
I can't make it promise.
But you were mocking them.
Of course.
Okay, I get it.
If Nazi would not have come out of their mouth.
They throw the term out. They throw the term so frequently it's lost all meaning. But you gave it meaning when you responded in a Nazi-like way. You see this, don't you?
Of course,
I want the judge to be merciful on you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as you've seen through my video, you get in character. They were actually calling me Nazi Macho Man that week.
Oh yeah, you do look a little bit like Randy Macho Man.
So,
Savage. Yeah. Have you ever snapped into a Slim Jim, or is that what you call it when you yank it?
Snap into a Slim Jim. Yank that Slim Jim. Chew its veiny meatiness.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a 10mm diameter, but imagine bigger. Slim Jim.
Obviously, you were spoofing. You're yelling back at them. People, the leftists, will use the term Nazi. It's
antibiotics, if it's a infection or something like that. Possibly, yeah. And usually the dentist can prescribe better pain medicine, right?
Lost all meaning. They just throw it out willy-nilly to anyone who would have been a basically Obama voting person in 2012. The Obama voter of 2012 did not. Rabbi costume you could borrow. Were you interested? Do you self-describe as an edgelord, Annie?
I do not.
Are you Lord of anything? Except Lord of the Pants. This is when we bring up the difficult stuff. Right. I saved it for last. The internet did its sleuthing. They uncovered what I would describe as a voluminous court case record for a Gianluca Raitelli. Let me read a couple things off here. And
okay.
You can handle them one charge at a time. Now you're a defendant in pretty much all of these. Domestic violence twice.
Not guilty both times. Yeah, it was 30 plus years ago. It was my son's mother. She was
Help her out if you guys
She made
can.
up stories. Cool.
Wow. Why do bitches be like that?
Help her out if you guys can. He's a little bit of help getting stabilized with the home situation, I guess. That's it. Oh, you're back. Okay, cool.
Sometimes it bees like that.
So twice. Did she do that twice? Did she accuse you of drug possession?
Yeah.
Did you have drugs?
Yeah, I'm very open, and I had a opiate problem for about 16 years.
Holy shit. How'd you get off it?
I did it. All I did was went to a 7-day detox, and then after that, I just toughed it out.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's where I get the 7-day detoxes from this video here. Well, we were talking about drug use before and everything. If people can go through a detox, if it's only 7 days, I mean, this is for opioids. I'm not sure if it'd be different for fentanyl or something like that, but and if you decide to clean up your life and things like that during that detox, you have a little bit of government assistance. You know, hopefully you pay back the government assistance to a degree. Get yourself a tiny little yurt or something like that, you know, and then get a job.
I never went to like a 30-day rehab or anything. I just made my mind up.
So your detox was, in essence, a quickie. That's good.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, how long have you been clean and drug-free, except for your disgusting vaping habit?
Let's see, January was so about 5.5 years.
Now, what's the longest time you've ever spent in jail?
4 months.
Wow, and was that for possession?
No, I had a DUI, 1 DUI, drinking and driving, and it was a violation of the probation. Mouthwash, and I blew like a .01, and the judge read that as .10 and thought I was drinking again.
Yeah, well, was this a Baltimore judge? Because they don't fucking read.
Yeah,
Baltimore is known as the city that reads, but
it doesn't read.
It's the city that doesn't know how to read.
And
it's also called the city that bleeds, bitches.
Yeah, and it's called Charm City, and it has no charm.
No, it's also called Charm City, but I prefer to knock the C off and call it Harm City. Much more accurate. After your court case, hopefully you were not imprisoned or executed. Will you be resuming your previous activities of streaming and confronting Antifa?
Absolutely.
What happens to you if you're found guilty?
The absolute worst, which will never happen, is 90 days and/or $500 fine.
You told your story. Is there any part that you've left out, that I've left out? Is there any question you wish I had asked?
No, I mean, we covered everything. Like, literally nothing happened other than getting either a cell phone or a vape or a wallet or my cigarettes, moving them throughout the day. I had to go in those inside pockets 6, 7, 8 times throughout the 4 hours. It's 100 degrees. 2 layers of clothes on. You're sweating to death.
And you're not allowed to bring freaking bags in there.
That's the thing. I usually have my.
Don't you wish you had brought some sort of gay ass translucent backpack so you wouldn't have run into all this trouble? You could have bought a woman's backpack, little tiny little see-through backpack.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. The missus afterwards got me one of those. So
that's nice.
So in case we ever have a situation like that, we can put my stuff in there and we can stay out of our pockets.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to give you a couple tips for the future. If that ever happens to you again, I want you to scream really loudly when the police put their cuffs on you to say, "I'm a woman. How dare you assume my gender?"
Hopefully,
and then you throw a fistful of tampons at them and skedaddle.
Well, once I had my last arrest back 8 years ago, then I got clamped towards. I thought in my head, I'll never get arrested again. But you never know what's going to happen.
Is this a pivot point in your life? I mean, at this point on, you are regarded still as a punchline. The internet doesn't really forget. Are you going to change your name? You shaved your beard a little bit. You have a different appearance. That's probably for safety's sake.
No, that was planned way ahead of this. That was pre-birthday, actually this trip to DC. This was already planned.
All right, that goatee is looking a little bit bi-curious. I think you'll run into less trouble. Yeah, it's a little bit less like Wolfman Jack and more like I'm gay and I play for the Red Hot Chili Peppers when their regular bassist is sick with AIDS. Is there any message you want to give to the angry leftists who've been making fun of you and calling you names and saying, well, Manny's obviously some kind of weird pedo rapist, etc.?
It's the same old song and dance with them. It's the same ones that like going after anybody on the right that they can. They're the same ones that are after me. And just keep trying.
Wow.
I'm just going to keep doing me.
Has it been more difficult for allegedly yanking it?
No, not at all. Nothing. I mean, especially this. Nothing phases me.
Your friends have stood by you. That's good.
I mean, beyond stood by me. I mean, they have been.
Will your behavior change at all? Are you just going to be? I'm going to be the same Manny. What's your philosophy now?
Zero change. I'm always going to be me, no matter what.
What is the biggest thing you've learned from this experience?
If you wear overalls, do not wear shorts underneath and keep everything on the outside pockets.
Yes. Well, it's DC. You're going to get robbed. So I don't know what the right answer is.
There probably isn't one for DC.
I want to know, sir, will we see that Uncle Sam outfit again?
Very soon.
Yeah. Michael, how was your birthday?
The first half of it was great. I mean,
it was balls.
It literally. It was literally a tale of 2 days. I was having the best day ever. The first 3.5 hours of it. It was dead, but with my chat and people. I mean, people were coming up left and right. Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture?
Yeah, they thought you were Uncle Sam.
Yeah, the Freedom 250 for
the
their
Spirit
people.
of America.
Yeah, I was like the star of the show, and then I became for a weekend the most infamous man in America.
Well, you're going to snap back, Manny. I can feel it. I hope so. But if not, I will visit you in jail, and then maybe I can put on a show for all the rapists. I'm glad you've enjoyed your stay in DC, and as they say, I hope you come again. No pun intended.
That was quick.
I'm an expert. What is a better movie, Shaft or Goonies?
Shaft.
Shaft. You said Shaft.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go rest here and try to recover, or maybe do something else. I think I've been on for a couple hours here, haven't I? Give or take. Usually, I only stay on for about an hour and a half. Oh, we got 1:59, almost 2 hours. Maybe we'll get to the 2 hour mark here if I do the 30-second countdown. I'm going to send you over to Daily Discourse. If you're heading over that way there, tell Mr. Bill said hello and that you hope he had a good day or something like that. Be nice to him. You're welcome, Britt. Thank you for Paul hanging out. If somebody did send stars or whatever, I wasn't on the screen where you see stars or something like that. I've heard clove oil. Yes, some tooth, something of Maine, Thomas of Maine or something like that. Toothpaste. I got some of that too. It seems like there's some sort of clove oil or something in that. Mind if I do one more little Google search for you guys? Is it Tom's of Maine? What ingredients does Tom's of Maine have in it? Yeah, it's Tom's of Maine. Our ingredients, natural ingredients. I don't need the advertisements. I just want to see what's in your ingredients. Naturally sourced. Just tell me. Okay, here we go. See, is it clove oil by chance? Citric acid. I thought clove oil would be in this thing here. Citrus, no, the coconut extract, citrus, lemon. I don't see clove oil in that. What were you guys saying about clove oil? You need to be careful when using it. Okay, it's something saying it's a certain percentage or something like that. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out there. Rubber banding. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back tonight sometime. Yep. I appreciate it, Hubie. All right, we're sending you. Should I play this? Should I play a song before I? Okay, I'll play this song for you. You guys don't have to have the song, but I'll do the song and dance thing or whatever, and then go to daily discourse. Tell them I said, oh, and they take a nap is what I'm going to do probably too. If I can take a nap. Sometimes it's hard to take a nap if you got toothache pain, or headache pain. Where is it going? I was going to find Ingrid Oregonian's thing that Sherber other people like. Also, if you guys want it, here's another option or whatever. Jeannie, I think, likes this guy here. So I'm just going to, he's live right now. Also, you don't have to. He
passed away.
But it's just as a Jeannie suggestion here, she might be going to watch this guy here. So I'm just going to link his live in the chat. But I'm going to send you to daily discourse here in a second after I play the song and dance video. Your Oregonians channel, Mr. Bill song.
Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show. We got 80s karaoke and puppets galore. Spin the wheel for $1 and hell, give you some more. Blondes have more fun. Mr. Bill sees to that. Stacks them on the screen to get the super chats. Only comes out in the daylight, but he's staying up late. Laura's not camera ready, but he's gonna wait. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show. 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 Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show. Rating is his favorite, but don't rate his curves. Watching while they're sleeping, but do not disturb. He won't do no cussing, watching for that preacher man, or going into spaces to bicker with Pam. Race stream, live stream, we all scream for ice cream. The Mr. Bill Shuffle is his claim to fame. Won't remember frosted tips, but you'll remember his name. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Bill Show.
All right, guys. Did you still need the 30-second count out or not? Yeah, I'll give it to you. I just like to do